ESPN Madison studio, this is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It is the Wednesday edition. The Aaron Rodgers has arrived in New York City, or at least New Jersey, Florham Park. He's in the building wearing his Jets hoodie edition. He will be introduced later today. You'll hear that press conference live across ESPN Wisconsin edition. And by the way, the Bucs are facing elimination tonight. In case you haven't heard, edition of Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live across our social media channels on video and on YouTube. And, of course, on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson in the ESPN Madison studios and from his undisclosed location. I don't know if he ever entered the building to such celebration, but he should have.
I didn't.
I haven't. Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning.
Yeah, kind of weird seeing that, right? I think we all knew this was coming. Everybody understands it, and you see it. You know, just kind of like the other night when the trade gets announced and what the compensation is, and then you see old boy with his aviator shades walking in with the hoodie, and he is a New York Jet. I think there's just I'm still I'm torn on the whole thing yet because I understand why it all happened, but I'm still working through Kubler. I'm working through Elizabeth. The Kubler phase. I don't know. I'm not in the bargaining stage. I'm not grieving it. I have not accepted it yet, though, so I don't know where. Again, you'll have to help me with Kugler. I don't know if I'm at stage 3, 4, or 5. I'm definitely past. I have no interest. The bargaining is done. We went into the bargaining stage for an incredibly long period of time. Oh, you give up a second. You pick swap. You do this. You do that. What exactly is the 4 or 5 stages?
Here are the 5.
Until you get to acceptance?
Yes,
okay.
Here are the 5. Denial.
I did deny it for a while, for sure.
Check. Yep. Anger.
Yeah. Never like fire spitting anger, but like, why is this happening? I definitely went through that phase because I was mad. If you remember, I was mad about the direct communication and the fact that they were both not open enough to do this last year when they should have instead of the lost season. So check. Definitely check on anger.
Bargaining.
Oh, baby. Did we not bargain? Oh, he could do
for
this.
6 weeks.
Who won the bargaining?
At least 6 weeks. The Jets won the Packers won the bargain. For sure.
Depression.
Okay, so we went through that. I think that's where I'm at right now.
I think that's where you are, yeah. And then acceptance is last.
Are you not? Where are you at? Are you been accepting for a while? Because I get a kick out of you. Because you act like this is all hunky-dory. I think you, in your mind, were hoping for all of this to implode and be this monster, dramatic helicopter in and get booed and get this and put the Packers on blast and all this other stuff. And when it didn't happen, I feel like you also are in the depression stage.
No.
I do.
No, not at all.
I know you don't. You're not going to say that.
No, I would say that if I was legitimately disappointed that it didn't get to that point. I thought that was the most interesting path to his departure.
Okay.
Probably not the healthiest path. And once it arrived, I was talking about this actually with Paula yesterday after it became clear that it was true and it was happening. It's all fun and games to talk about how, hey, let's do 2008 all over again. But then she reminded me how much 2008 completely sucked and how overwhelmed I was. We had a party for family night. We bought like 50 tickets. We had a bunch of friends come up, and they all went. I had to cover it, obviously, but everyone was going. We cooked out at our apartment in Green Bay, and I spent the party writing with Chris Jenkins, my good friend who was the Associated Press writer at the time.
The nose tackle for the Jets?
No, different Chris Jenkins.
Carolina Panthers?
He and I spent the entire party writing because Brett Favre was flying in and landing at Austin Straubel Airport, and there were he had been reinstated and everything was going crazy, and I missed the entire party. So it's great to talk about how cool it would be to cover that, but then when it actually happens, she's like, it would have been terrible. You should be happy that the trade happened. And I am. I'm happy that it's over.
So you're totally
I am very much
an
an acceptance. And I would also say this.
Okay.
Because the correspondence with the quarterback had increased in recent months, I got to go through some of the stages much more quickly because I, like you, still held out hope, especially when we had our opinion on how he could have averted all this and finished his career with the Packers. I was holding out hope he could still be the quarterback in 2023. That has been gone for a long time for me. Even when Goody said everything was on the table at the scouting combine, and I said, well, there's a chance still, but the fact that they never talked made it very clear that it was never happening. And so I moved on. I don't want to say I moved on from him, but I moved on from the possibility of him still being the quarterback much, much, much before the trade actually happened.
Yeah, well, and that's great. I think we all saw that and understanding it, but I still think you're going through these phases, and I think Packer fans have went through it, and I think there's much more anger, and then the anger went right to acceptance without really kind of going back, and that's okay. Looking at the whole picture of this, and the excitement for Jordan Love is great, but I think there's a lot of trepidation within that excitement, and there should be, because anytime you go from a known commodity to an unknown, there's going to be angst, and sometimes that's good. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, and you get to experience new things. That's what Packer fans, that's what we're all looking at as we sit here today, but that's still, I think once the pressure hits and once Jordan Love talks and we start getting into the draft and we do all that, I think that's when I'll get to acceptance. So I'm thinking, what is today, Wednesday? I'm thinking by the end of tomorrow's show, I'll be into full-on acceptance mode and what this Jordan Love team's going to look like with the first-round pick, potentially more picks, as we start looking more into the 2023 season.
Can I just state for the record, though, that as I watch him enter this building and see everyone so excited about him being there,
A lot of excitement. Yeah.
Then I juxtapose that against the excitement that Packers fans, at least a wide cross-section of Packers fans, feel that he's gone.
Swath. Yeah.
I don't think Elizabeth Kubler-Ross has, as a sixth stage of grief, joy. Like, are there people that, again, he didn't die, he just went to the Jets. But, like, if stages of grief are supposed to be about death, do you skip all 5 if you're just happy the person's dead? Because there do seem to be a lot of people that didn't go through any of these stages. They're just happy.
Is Kugler, is she still alive?
She is not. But she died more recently than you'd think.
Okay. Well, I would wonder, there are not very many scenarios that Kubler would have went through that would have this range of emotion from both sides. This is a complete anomaly when it comes to the Kubler scale of dealing with grief. So I don't think Packer fans aren't looking at this as a dealing of grief.
No.
Packer fans are looking at this as a rebirth, a baptism, if you will, of newness. So there's not this whole process. It's more of out with the old, throw the baby out with the bathwater, bring me a new baby, and let me sprinkle some water on his head and baptize him. That's Jordan Love. That's where we're at.
Elizabeth Kubler-Ross passed away on August 24th, 2004. She was born July 8th, 1926. So
well, it's a while ago.
Good run for Elizabeth.
But when we talk about when we talk about her, though, that sounds like something that, like, in the 1900s she came up with, and it's not.
This would have been like a Socrates, Socrates, and Plato, and all of the other great thinkers.
She was dying while you were playing in the NFL. That's how recently she was with us.
Yeah. Wish I would have known.
I wonder if the people around her went through the stages of grief after she passed like that, or if they skipped right away to acceptance.
So, Jesse, since Jason did not go through those stages, I feel like you went through bargaining. Like, I feel like you went through this with me, even if it wasn't you.
What stages did he go through with Brett Favre is the more important question for Jesse.
Well. I think I went through the stages of grief, like, in March when he was on McAfee. I feel like we've been at the acceptance stage for weeks.
I'm still not there.
The entire thing of the negotiation process in the trade, like, yeah, it's weird to see him in a Jets uniform or wearing number 8 or whatever he's going to be saying at 1 o'clock today, but it's been known for weeks. Like, the shock to me was on McAfee when he said, my intention is to play for the Jets. That's where it really hit and everything got in motion. But then, within a few days, it was accepted.
Yeah, but you wanted him gone, too. Jason brings up a good point. You wanted him gone. You were not in the same camp as you were when you were riding Favre, wearing his Jets jersey and his Vikings jersey. And I don't think do you think it's less than 2% of Packer fans would wear a Aaron Rodgers 8 Jets jersey? Because the number of people that wore Brett Favre jerseys
it was 50-50.
Very, very high. I think this will be Canyon-esque, that they will not.
All right, I will poll that question. Coming up. I would be happy to
what? Because I throw so many poll ideas out, and it brings me great joy when I see your eyes twinkle and say that you want to put it on your personal Twitter account, even though you can't stand the guy that owns Twitter, you don't like Twitter. But when I get you that excited about something, I am now getting closer to the acceptance stage of Elizabeth Kubler just off of your reaction, that I hope if you're watching on video, you'd see that twinkle, people, that ain't easy to get. Now, him being disgusted and pouting, that I can get you to do really easy. The twinkle, that makes me feel good.
So, by the way, if I could just take us on a tangent briefly.
Yeah, I love tangents.
So we had an incident during our trip to Minnesota where the blue check mark controversy kind of entered our situation.
Who's controversial?
I know you love you some Elon. But this
I
whole,
like free speech. Yes, that
okay.
I will agree with.
So he has done away with all the blue check marks, right? Unless you pay for Twitter Blue.
Or if you have 1 million followers. If you have 1 million plus followers, you get a free blue check.
So we were at the Mall of America, and there was a major disturbance that occurred. Like we went into lockdown in the Five Below for a brief time. Five Below is a store, yeah. And so I wanted to see what was happening, so I found the Bloomington Police Department Twitter feed, but there were multiple ones of them. So I had to figure out which one was the real one, because they had done away with all the blue check marks.
Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, there's a lot of Bloomingtons.
So I am not one of those former blue check mark owners who is whining about losing his blue check mark, but I do think that, like, police departments... actual, like, celebrities, because that's not what I am. And I do think journalism outlets, if not journalists themselves, probably could use these. Because it was nice to figure out eventually which was the right account, so I knew what was happening in the Mall of America. It would have been easier had it just been very clear from the beginning. But that's your guy.
Okay.
You know who should have...
There's all fair... Listen, there can be fair criticisms of everybody. I want to hear criticisms of everybody, not just certain people. Let's criticize. Let's have open, free dialogue. I'm good with that.
Well, I've got no criticism at all, and I've got a gold check mark for Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I don't think I've seen the gold check mark. I'll have to take a look at Twitter in that regard. I never have to look when I'm thinking about windows because I go with the great team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And their lineup is fantastic. Leading off is their innovative and award-winning Easy Slide horizontal windows that reveal tons of natural light and beautiful unobstructed views. And next up in the order, Pella's premium roll screens like magic. The screen rolls out of sight when you close that window. Zip, out of sight. On deck and out of mind, which I wonder if that's what happens with Aaron Rodgers. On deck is Pella's Reserve Series patio door. Like any great utility player, they can be placed anywhere on the field with custom sizes and colors, and you get 0% for 48 months when you order by April 30th at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. I had something else, but I stopped. Yeah, I paused. I was trying to think if I had something else witty to say. I did not.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
That was abrupt.
Yeah.
I was looking down, and I was waiting for a clear tone to indicate the end of that
my
read.
My tone change was goofy there. I'll give you that. Hey, that's on me.
Don't you usually...
Unlike if...
You usually land with like a C showroom for details or something like
Yeah,
that. Like there was like no landing.
Some might say he
Hey,
didn't
I'm
land
still
the
rattled,
Jets.
man. I'm still rattled by this Kugler. This whole thing has got me a little. I'm still a little. Whoop, but we're gonna keep improving.
I'm gonna get that poll in the field. More
What's your
Wilde
predictions
Tausch.
on that poll?
I'm sorry?
What do you think that prediction you're going to make? Why don't we? I want to get your prediction after the break on what you think that number is going to be of Packer fans buying Aaron Rodgers Jets jerseys.
We will continue
I'll be
the
curious
show.
What you think?
Next.
Woof.
This is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
It's Jeff Levering for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Up to bat is Pella's award-winning Easy Slide innovation. Look at that effortless horizontal window slide, letting in lots of light. And that roll, it's a double play. Like magic, the screen disappears when the window is closed. On deck is Pella's Reserve Series patio door, featuring the best lifetime warranty in the industry. Just look at that slide. It's a perfect fit. Order by April 30th and get 0% for 48 months at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
When you're injured, call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 30 years and proudly partnering with Wilde Tausch. Miss any of the show? Find it with Wisconsin On Demand. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Clinical trials are essential to advancing medications, vaccines, and devices. LabCorp has been conducting clinical trials for over 40 years and has helped bring many of the medications we use today to market. You may be compensated up to $19,250 for time and participation in trials. At LabCorp, your safety is the #1 priority. Learn more about how you can help advance the future of medicine at LabCorpClinicalTrials.com. That's LabCorpClinicalTrials.com.
Are you excited to enjoy the great outdoors this summer without pesky mosquitoes buzzing by your head? Well, Mosquito Joe of Madison is here to get rid of those annoying mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas so you can enjoy your backyard in peace. Mosquito Joe also offers rodent and perimeter pest control to keep the creepy crawlers out of your house. Head over to madison.mosquitojoe.com to request a quote. Don't wait. Trust Mosquito Joe to get rid of the annoying buzz and make your summer bite-free.
Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio.
A walk-off homer in the bottom of the 14th inning. What a night.
From opening day.
Hammer to left field. See you later. Mike Trout, how's that to start the season?
Until a champion is crowned at the World Series.
The Houston Astros have won the World Series.
Major League Baseball is on ESPN Radio.
Madison Money Guy Christian Finfrock here. Struggling to understand retirement planning, life insurance policies, or managing your wealth? Listen to my show every Saturday at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN or call me right now at 208-1800 for a complimentary consultation.
Dancing Goat Distillery, one of the largest in Wisconsin, will release their 7-year straight bourbon this Friday at 2 p.m. in their tasting room. And guess what? Me and Matt Hamilton will be there for a live broadcast because we love some great bourbon. Dancing Goat is located 20 minutes east of Madison in Cambridge. Dancing Goat offers distillery tours, guided tasting, and a gin academy where guests craft their own bottles of gin. Come out this Friday to grab a bottle of their Dancing Goat bourbon and stay for a cocktail. Maybe me and Matt will join you. Cocktail service will be available from 4 till 7.
Your fitness on your time. Hi, it's Sarah Tauscher for the Prairie Athletic Club. Group fitness classes are now being offered every hour at the Pack, helping you achieve all of your health and fitness goals. Choose from body pump, RPM, and sprint, just to name a few. Make health and fitness a part of your everyday life in 2023. Come see for yourself why the Prairie Athletic Club is voted the best place to work out year after year. Spring forward with savings on your membership. Visit prairieathletic.com for details. That's prairieathletic.com.
We're on the Bucks championship push.
Attacks the rack, sends it down with a grown man dunk. Oh, the Greek Freak, he's eating now.
On Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Before we predict the outcome of our poll question, which is in the field, Mark Tauscher, what kind of sunglasses do you wear?
Usually, because I've lost a bunch of nice pairs, I got these Tito's ones at an event, and I love. There's a wood panel to it, like brown with the wood panel, that I love. So that's what I typically go with now.
I have my ESPN Wisconsin Gruber Law Offices black sunglasses that we give away at like golf events and stuff. And they're great. They're durable. I don't need Maverick Top Gun aviators.
Boy, but they're pretty sweet.
I don't know if I have a good face for aviators. Some
What do
might
you
say
have a good face for?
That's a fair question, which I could ask you as well.
What do you
Instead,
mean? I got a good face to take a punch. You can throw a punch.
you
in there,
think
but
you
I
have a
can take
punchable face? I don't
For-
think you have a
No, I don't think my face is punchable. I think I could take a good punch.
I would never resort to violence with you, even when I get frustrated with you for telling me I have to go play golf with you at Lac La Belle, which is a beautiful course, which I don't want to besmirch by playing my game there. The poll is in the field. I am not going to cheat the poll by telling you what the results are so far.
Okay. I have not looked.
But I think your Canyon call is in play.
Is it in play? Canyon is in play.
So I will tell you what I was going to predict before I looked at the poll, because I don't want to cheat. I was going to predict 96% no, 4% yes. So just shy of a Canyon. Okay?
Oh, yep. 98 is that magic number.
The number 98 is a magic number.
I still can't believe Canyon was that roundly panned. Because, Jesse, how often have you played the game Canyon? Because I got Canyon as a gift for Jesse, and I'm assuming he plays it all the time.
We play it probably once every 2 months, which in our game rotation, that is quite
That's pretty
frequent.
good.
That's pretty frequent.
It's such a great game.
Great
I don't
group
want to sit here and
game.
Yes, I don't want to sit here and stand on the table and tell you that you need to play it, but everybody that plays it and understands it will love it. It is a combination of all of your favorite games, and the fact that, now granted, I don't even think we got to 1,000 votes because people didn't care about Canyon.
No one had heard of it.
98% of people said blank off, I'm not trying Canyon, and there is a good chance that a 4-time MVP Super Bowl winning champion quarterback who has left on as good of terms, now that you look at it, the Instagram post and the Packers getting picks back, and you're telling me that this is going to be in the same boat as Canyon, that nobody will get his 8 jersey for the New York Jets. That's what you're telling me.
Today's Wilde Tausch Twitter poll. Lots of Packers fans, including our own Jesse Nelson, bought Brett Favre number 4 New York Jets jerseys in 2008. Now, 15 years later, will you buy an Aaron Rodgers number 8 Jets jersey? It is not a Canyon at this juncture. We're at 100 votes already. 95% no, 5% yes.
Okay. I think if Rodgers, if we can get this poll to 90-10, that is a win for Aaron Rodgers. 95, not great. Not great at all.
Not surprising, though. Not surprising at all. I mean, the fan base is not divided on him. They're not.
It's not.
It's nothing like
crazy,
2008. In fact,
you're right.
There are more people that are so happy that he's gone that they would buy a Jets jersey if they had enough discretionary income of Aaron Rodgers and burn that than the people that were burning Brett Favre jerseys in the parking lot when they were playing against the Vikings when he was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just not the same passion here. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross is totally off the hook. Lots of acceptance before he was even gone.
It is weird that the passion isn't, because there's not the, I don't feel like there's vitriol. There's an indifference and a relief. Because when people called yesterday, it was all relief, rejuvenation.
Right.
All of the other Asians.
Good riddance.
Let's just move forward. But the funny part is, I think Aaron Rodgers drives a lot of passion for Packer fans, but it seems like this last 6 weeks has just sucked all of that out, and it's moving on. So it's been a really fascinating psychological case study. And I guess if we have people, it seems like it's very few people that would be interested in getting that jersey. Why are you doing it? because I don't think we understand why people aren't doing it. Can you still be a Packer fan if you see Jesse walk into Lambeau before he takes his nap during the middle of the game? What do people saying to Jesse as he's walking in with the number 8 Jets jersey of Aaron Rodgers, which he'll never buy? I would say, appreciate you getting me all these resources back. Thank you for your service. Like, legitimately, thank you for your service. Not the phony thank you for your service, but a legitimate thank you for your service.
So how do you think so? Because there is the possibility, by the way, if I read the schedule correctly, that if Aaron Rodgers...
25% chance.
You don't even know what I was going to say.
25% chance. No, next year, if the Jets and Packers finish the same in the division... Jason, I study the show sheet, and I understand it. 25%
you
chance...
study the show sheet?
Since when?
That Aaron Rodgers will be back at Lambeau Field if both the Jets and Packers finish second in their respective divisions.
Well, if they finish
first,
wherever they finish,
third.
Right?
Exactly, yeah. Yep.
So, if that were to happen, and you and I pooled our financial resources and bought Jesse a number 8 Jets jersey, and he went to a game, do you think people would welcome him? Would they chastise him? I don't think he's getting, Aaron Rodgers, thank you for your service in playing those 65% of the snaps during the 2023 season, so we now have a first-round pick. We had a first-round pick in the draft of 2024 before he came to our building again. Like, how would Jesse be received? Because if you wore a Brett Favre Jets jersey at Lambeau Field, there may have been Packers fans that were like, come on, man, be a Packers fan, not a Favre fan. But there were people wearing Jets jerseys throughout the 2008 season when the Jets weren't playing you guys. It was their, like, silent protest. They were wearing it to games that the Jets were not playing you in. It wasn't like they were the opponent. You were playing the Vikings or the Bears, and they were wearing their Brett Favre number 4 Jets jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how Jesse would be received.
So Jesse would be received, I don't even think vitriolically. I just don't think there's the same passion about this departure because it's been drug out and because our attention spans are shorter than ever. But mainly, I just don't think there's the same amount of belovedness that Aaron Rodgers garnered than Favre did. Favre, people took his side and were very, very mad at the organization. The Packers organization learned, and while I still think there were a bunch of missteps, they got it done. They maneuvered and figured this out and kept their fan base rock solid behind them rather than Aaron Rodgers. And that was what they were shooting for. They accomplished that in droves as far as figuring out how to do that.
Aaron Rodgers has changed teams. He has not yet made the right decision to change insurers. But if he did, and he joined the AmFam team, hey, maybe there'd be more people buying Aaron Rodgers Jets jerseys. He'd be more likable then.
Maybe, but you know what I do know? Badger fans are excited. The launch, while it wasn't an offensive aerial show, a lot of people came out. The excitement level is at an all-time high in Badger fans. American Family Insurance wants to give you and a friend a VIP experience at a Badger football or basketball game next year during that 2023 season. You and a friend receive pregame sideline or courtside passes, a tour of the facility, and tons of merch to support your Badgers. Enter today at amfam.com/Badgers. That's amfam.com/Badgers. No purchase necessary. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Now I'm trying to do this where I can't end awkwardly.
You're such a jerk.
I can't end awkwardly. I don't know how I did the Pella.
You did that just to try and throw me off on purpose.
All right. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Like I don't know how to do that where you would pause again and think I kept talking. because I've been doing this long enough that I try to tone it up. So
You're
that
such
you
a
can figure out
professional.
when I'm
Yeah.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're in your head now. Now you're overthinking it.
AmFam.com/Badgers. Insert carefully. Dream fearlessly.
What are you, Bob Betts at Old County Stadium? And please
I don't know
drive
who
home safely.
I kind of like stadium announcer Tausch doing the end of his reads.
Exactly. Jesse got the reference. Nicely done. We're going to play a game of
Well,
Did
his
You
dad
Hear
was an
This?
usher back there. I don't know if you knew that.
Was he an usher at County Stadium, too?
He was not. Day one, he was at Miller Park, turned AmFam Field later. He was there day one at AmFam Field, but did not usher at County Stadium. Yeah.
Jesse, why did he retire from the ushering game? It seems like a fun job you could do as you're aging.
Could no longer physically remove people from the stands?
I think he got tired of some inebriated people that he had to deal with
Including his
consistently.
son.
Now the games are so quick you
Yeah.
can't even get inebriated.
Games. 2015 games were getting long, shorter now.
Although, let me
maybe
tell you
he'll come
something.
out of retirement like George Foreman.
The Brewers on Sunday moving that beer sales through the end of the eighth. That was a 45-minute eighth inning on Sunday when they gave up like 50 runs in that eighth. And by the way, your little bullpen bit at the end of the road trip that you said, kids are scurrying over there trying to get balls from the Red Sox bullpen because it's Sunday, it's travel day. Oh, Jesse said that's when you get balls. Well, no, sir.
You got no balls? Is that what
Nada.
you're saying?
Aww.
Yeah, I was kind of. I didn't like that, but so your theory.
You got
sucks,
bad
is what I'm
advice.
Basically, trying to
Well, it
say.
depends. Are the Red Sox still on the road this week? Because if they're going on the road, they still.
I didn't ask, Jesse. I didn't ask.
More Wilde and Tausch. Next.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
The Madison chain of lakes is beautiful and fun to fish, and we invite you and your friends to join us for Marco Siki's 5th annual Casting for Kids fishing tournament Saturday, May 20th, to benefit the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. The Align Energy Center headquarters this catch photo release event with prizes, gifts, lunch, happy hour, dinner, and auction. Get all the information, sign up, or sponsor Casting for Kids at castingforkids.org. That's casting4kids.org.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Spring into a new deal at Metro Kia of Madison. With 78 new vehicles on the lot and offers like 2.9% APR financing for 48 months on the 23 Fortes and Soul, $22.30 per 1,000 borrowed, now is the time to buy. Receive a $500 Visa gift card and 2 years no charge maintenance is included with new vehicle purchases. 90 days deferred payments available to qualified credit. The deals are at Metro Kia of Madison. Learn more at metrokiaofmadison.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
How does PanCan fight pancreatic cancer? Step by step. Walk with us on one big day to end pancreatic cancer at PanCan Purple Stride. Show everyone affected that they're not alone and that together we can change lives. Your participation and fundraising make all the difference in advancing progress for patients. Join us on Saturday, April 29th in a community near you. Register for free today at purplestride.org.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Life's more rewarding at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, especially during our great outdoor event. Right now, get unbeatable deals on a variety of outdoor essentials, like $40 off a Shelter Logic 6-foot square shed in a box. Now in stock, Cub Cadet Hydro rear engine riding mowers. Half gallons of Gojo Orange Hand Cleaner, just $6.49, and $50 instant savings on top tire brands. Plus, up to $75 in consumer rebates on select tires when you buy 4.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Hey, this is Craig Karmazin, founder of Good Karma Brands. Join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning from 10 to noon for Sunday Karma here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Pop, it's showtime. Showtime. Guess who's back again?
It's a toe tapper. Jesse, are we going to renovate our music now that we're like big on video?
I think we're going to go through a little refresh here at some point. You know when teams do a big jersey unveil or they freshen up the look a little bit? We're going to do that at some point, I think, here coming up.
More killers. It's only Tausch's only request.
Imagine Dragons would be good, too. I like the Imagine Dragons.
How about Pink? No? Nobody's on board
so I have
Pink?
What song?
What I do is I keep a running list of songs that I hear in my phone that I think would make for good bump music. So there is something from Pink in there.
I'm
There's
never not
Killers in
gonna dance again. Maybe? No?
Maybe.
All right. You don't need to hear that. What you do need to hear is a game of Did You Hear This? The Joe Douglas edition.
Consider it the radio version of a conversation at the water cooler. It's time for Did You Hear This? On Wilde Tausch.
For this edition of Did You Hear This? As you mentioned, Jason, we're going to hear from Jets general manager Joe Douglas, who met with the media yesterday, similarly to how Goody met on Monday. Joe Douglas said the Aaron Rodgers trade was a long time in the making.
Obviously, a long time in the making. Again, it was a lot of conversations with Brian. Again, a ton of respect for Brian. I've known Brian for well over 20 years. You know, I can't thank him enough for the open dialogue that we've had, and ultimately being able to get what we feel is a historic trade for this franchise.
I think it came from a place of kindness, but is it weird to thank the general manager of the team that you made a trade with? Like, he basically gave a thank you for your service to Goody.
No, I think this is a kind of a rare occasion, and I think Joe Douglas, understanding the situation that it was and how everything played out, to just the trust and the open communication that he just talked about, that obviously Aaron and Goody didn't have. These guys did, and that's why the deal got done. There was a trust, and for all of the hand-wringing over first-round pick and all of the other stuff that these two gentlemen went back and forth on, they obviously both trusted that they were going to deliver. And Goody got Joe Douglas to cave and deliver more than I think Joe Douglas wanted to. So, no, the thank you, all that other stuff, that's just being nice, and I think he feels very, very fortunate that he was able to secure a Hall of Fame quarterback for his franchise.
Seems to me that it's Goody that should be thanking Joe Douglas, because Joe Douglas gave him more and allowed him to win the trade in a landslide. What else did Joe Douglas have to
No
say,
doubt.
Jesse?
Did you hear this?
Joe Douglas, Jets general manager, on why Aaron Rodgers is a great fit for the New York Jets.
Aaron's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play this game. To have an opportunity to add a player of that caliber, you're always going to look into it and how it fits within our culture, within our team. You know, obviously it goes back to something I said to you guys in Phoenix. It's a real credit to Robert, his staff, and what he's been able to implement with our players and with everyone here. That a player of Aaron's caliber would even want to come here, and so. You know, we're all excited to add someone of his character and his ability.
I can hear no blank blank coming a mile away. But Tausch, what do you think of what Joe Douglas said about the fit for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets?
Yeah, I think obviously any franchise that has had the struggles that the New York Jets have had and really trying to find a quarterback of really any caliber. I think you said yesterday their last all-pro quarterback was Joe Blanken Namath back in the Blanken 60s, man. Like, that's the last time they've had an all-pro quarterback? Woo! So, yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, while he wasn't a fit for everybody because of the cap number and all of the stuff that goes along with it, the Jets are desperate and the Jets are thirsty. They're very thirsty. Oh, boy. Big old drink of water. We'll see if it's going to satiate the New York Jets fan base. It's definitely going to get their palate wet. Now let's see if it satiates.
Wet palate notwithstanding. This is exactly why you can't say whether or not anybody won the trade. Because he actually said, the general manager of the New York Jets actually says in there that he would even want to come to a franchise like ours. That's how bad it's been there. That's how desperate they are. That is the Mark Tauscher, the epitome of the Mark Tauscher Oasis Mirage drink the sand that we talk about on this show all the time. About all these other teams that don't have great quarterbacks. And, oh, by the way, welcome to that group, Green Bay Packers. We'll see if you get to avoid the sand drinking and if your palate gets wet and you are satiated by Jordan Love. Because we don't know. But guess what? For 30 years, we had a pretty good idea that you were going to have a wet palate and you were going to be satiated. Maybe not completely happy with the taste of the water. Maybe it would taste a little mildewy, a little moldy, but it usually quenched your thirst until you got
pretty
to
pure
late in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was pretty pure for the most time.
And that's what's amazing about this is they are so happy to have a guy coming off the worst statistical season of his career. That tells you everything you need to know about what it's like to not have great quarterbacking.
So, Jason, with all of the discussions we've had, and I'm not trying to relitigate it.
Yes, you are.
Doesn't that maybe we underestimated the desperation that the New York Jets had, and maybe we should have put that into our parlay as far as how much comp they were going to give, because that was a desperate sounding cat.
And I would say on the flip side,
we don't know. Yeah.
And on the flip side, I would say that given their desperation, you could argue that they could have gotten the Jets to give up even more, given how desperate they are. Maybe.
Joe Douglas that is a desperate sounding. Joe Douglas would be drinking sand with his water.
Oh, yeah.
I can guarantee you that.
Oh, yeah.
He's sipping and he's like, oh, there's a little sand in there. Yeah,
don't care.
There's some sod.
Don't care.
The strainer didn't quite get all the sediments out of this water. It's some creek water. Yeah, Tony Madden drank that bad creek water back in the day. Joe Douglas is willing to drink some creek water. He's rolling the dice saying, I think all these toxins are out of here. We're rolling.
In the classic Back to the Future Part 3, where Marty McFly goes into the old saloon and he pours him water in a cup and it's all brown, that's what Joe Douglas is more than happy to drink, because he is in charge of a franchise that hasn't had a great quarterback since Namath.
You ain't wrong. And I think this is where Packer folks, especially of a certain age, don't comprehend that. That is a great reminder. Jesse, great pull on that clip, because that is a great reminder of what the Chicago Bears go through, what all of these teams go through, and that we as Packer fans are like, God, thank you. Thank you for taking this salary. Thank you for this. And they're saying, am I missing something here? What is going on here? Why are they giving us this water that is, like, we're so thirsty. We don't have, it's like we're out west and that big drought's coming. They're trying to grab water from the Great Lakes. We're like, no. And we're just saying, no, here you go. We got a pipeline. We'll bring it right to you. Yeah, we got plenty of water.
Jesse, let's do one more.
Did you hear this?
One more from Jets general manager Joe Douglas on why he believes Aaron Rodgers will be great with the Jets.
I mean, well, obviously he's not very far removed from back-to-back MVPs. You still have someone that maybe didn't play at 100% throughout the year, but still performed at a high level. He's going to be able to come in here, and his relationship with Nathaniel, his relationship with some of the other players that are on the team, we feel like it's obviously it's an adjustment when you're somewhere for 18 years, but feel like with the people that we have in place, he can get comfortable quickly.
That's just total validation when I heard that everything the Jets did this offseason was solely based on getting Aaron Rodgers there. Lazard, Hackett, all of it. It's easy to say that now, but in the moment we were asking, is this to get Aaron Rodgers? Is this clearly a move?
Tim Boyle.
Clearly it was, right? Rodgers directly influenced all that.
Yeah, I have to admit, and I still believe that the Jets, when it comes to leverage and everything else, I underestimated the depths of desperation that the New York Jets have. I underestimated it. I knew that they wanted Aaron Rodgers. I knew that they were moving all in towards Aaron Rodgers. I did not realize the depth of their desperation. That is a desperate team. And you know what? Good on him for getting him. You put a goal out there. You went and got it done. But, boy, oh, boy, I feel like when you do something based on desperation, things can go very south very quickly. Because how much buy-in is there? Is there enough buy-in that you're going to fight through 4 or 5 losses, or is it going to be a house of cards? I think it's very tenuous. That team better get off to a fast start. That's all I'm going to say.
Aaron Rodgers clad in his Jets hoodie, rallying in the poll, but not a lot.
Oh.
We'll update you on that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Jesse Nelson here to tell you about Stacy Bruner, the realtor that my wife Beck and I trusted with our home buying process last year. And Bruner Realty, they are an incredible group. Stacy is an incredible person to work with. He met with Beck and I up front and got to know us so that he was sending us listings that he knew directly pertained to what we were looking for in our home. He wasn't wasting any of our time combing through a bunch of emails that didn't even make sense for what we were looking for. Then, after that, he came to every showing, every open house with us, talked about the different homes that we were looking at, took the time and really invested in what we were saying about each of the homes, and then taught us things along the way that we didn't know answers to. When he was knocking on doors and on walls in the basement, we're like, what are you doing? He was explaining what he was looking for so that we knew when we found the home of our dreams, we could check all those things up front and feel confident that we could get across the finish line. That's what we did, and Stacy was there the day that we signed the papers and moved into that brand new home. He truly cared about us, and he will truly care about you if it's your year of the house. Contact the team at BrunerRealtyInc.com. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Bruner Realty, homes to appreciate.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
It is NFL Draft Week, and ESPN NFL Draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. joined Wilde Tausch to break down some of the Wisconsin prospects in this year's draft, including nose tackle Keanu Benton.
Keanu Benton, I haven't been as high on as some are. Louis Riddick loves Keanu Benton. He thought he could be really good. I didn't see the dominance on a consistent basis with Keanu Benton. He's got a lot of talent. I think he goes second or third round. I would go more third round, but some are projecting second.
Find the full conversation with Mel Kiper Jr. on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by April 30th and get 0% APR for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com/radio.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, are you ready for a new shower? If you are, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for over 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's kswisconsin.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
So she said, what's the problem?
Don't call it a comeback. The poll's been in the field for 31 minutes.
Okay.
Congratulations, Aaron Rodgers. We're up to 8.4% of respondents as we have passed the 800 vote mark. Will you buy an Aaron Rodgers number 8 Jets jersey? No. 91.3%. Yes, 8.7%. He's doing better than I thought he would.
Yeah, no, I
Canyon.
was thinking it was going to be hovering around Canyon territory. I don't think people that listen to our show, I'm surprised that it's going to be if it can get up to 10%. Big W for old 8.
Now that's weird.
The Packer Ranter, our friend.
Oh, love the Packer
Ranter. Not buying a Rodgers Jets jersey.
Did he say hell no or just no?
No, he just did a no. But I will continue to shame those who did then with Favre jerseys and who do so now.
Well, that's rude.
I can't get my head wrapped around. Unless you're a former teammate or family member of Brett, I still don't know how anyone was cheering for him with the Vikings. The Jets, I understood. The Vikings, I never understood that. Those, as the ranter mentioned, should be ashamed of themselves.
It's also
Jesse.
rude.
Bill chimes in, no, but I'll buy a Love jersey now.
Yeah. Sure, you should. He's our guy. Moving forward, you have to be on board with Jordan Love. You need to be, and we all hope that he's going to be the answer, the AI answer to this whole deal, and we'll see if that's we'll see how that goes.
That's the truth right there. A few hell no's in response. Also a number of no, but I will support him with the Jets responses.
Sure.
So not everyone vitriolic or just giddy that the
So
guys
what was the
leaving
math
town.
on that one more time? What was the math on that, Jason?
So as of right now, 804 votes in. The most recent precincts, I don't know if it's the potato corridor, but they've dropped him a little bit. 91.5% no, 8.5% yes.
Oh, good deal. I love math puns, though. You know that. Not all math puns are terrible. Just some. Just some. S-U-M.
That's pretty
I don't know.
good.
Do you understand puns? Jason you look so disgusted with me when I do that. Just some, not S-O-M-E, but S-U-M.
Yeah, S-U-M.
Some.
It's a math term.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Because when you add
explanation.
things up, that's the sum. That's how that goes.
That's
why I got you to do
You
a
want to give me?
poll.
You want to give me the terms that go into division because you're dividing us with your puns. Quotient.
Quotient-y.
Yeah.
That was a good math pun, Tausch. I could go for multiple.
See, that's what I'm looking for.
That
a
could
little
not have been a
enthusiasm.
better. That was an enthusiastic courtesy laugh, is what that was.
No, that was fun.
Tausch, could you tell us about? By the way, it was interesting to see you thumbing through your pun calendar on the video chat because we're on video now. You can stream us YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Wisconsin On Demand. That's quite the thick pile of puns that you have to work with.
It's
365 of them. So do you tear off the ones you've used up?
No, I just keep rolling with it. I got to January 9th, and then I just kept.
You made it all the way to
keep it
January 9th doing the daily thing. Good to
Well,
know.
you didn't embrace it like I hoped. So, and again, this is a team effort, not just about me. So I understand that. So I'll drop them in. I'm not doing them daily like I wanted to because of your kind of sour attitude on it. And the fact that you don't laugh like Jesse does, I figure I got to pick it around.
Oh, we need a Mark Murphy laugh. I don't laugh when it comes to you telling us about Coors Light because I know that ain't no joke. You love your Coors Light.
Amen. And again, the press conference today, the end of an era, going through my Kubler phase. I need to chill, and that's always Coors Light in my hand. Brewed to the three-step cold process. Cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill. And the mountains always got to be blue. It's going to finally start warming up. I'm going to try and get out and play a little golf. When I do that and I want to chill, it's Coors Light in my hand. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's Jeff Levering for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Up to bat is Pella's award-winning Easy Slide innovation. Look at that effortless horizontal window slide, letting in lots of light. And that roll, it's a double play. Like magic, the screen disappears when the window is closed. On deck is Pella's Reserve Series patio door, featuring the best lifetime warranty in the industry. Just look at that slide. It's a perfect fit. Order by April 30th and get 0% for 48 months at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Dennis Summerall. Join us every week for Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania on Good Karma Brands radio station. 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Milwaukee Bucks The Miami Heat, Game 5, facing elimination tonight at Fiserv Forum. The Bucks 11.5-point favorites as they get set to host the Heat tonight. Late tip time, 8:30. Pre-game coverage starts at 8 right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, and our sister station, the flagship, 620 WTMJ in Milwaukee. Post-game reaction after the game with Justin Garcia on Bucks Talk, win or lose following the game tonight. Bucks facing elimination, hosting the Miami Heat, 8:30 this evening, down 3-1 in the opening round Eastern Conference playoff series. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers set to be introduced as the newest member of the New York Jets. Press conference scheduled for 1 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. You can listen to that press conference on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and 100.5 ESPN Madison starting at 1 o'clock, followed by an early edition of Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. Matt Schneidman, our buddy from The Athletic.
You fly out to New York?
Flew to New York. He's at the Jets
Wow.
facility. I did not see The Athletic post a slow-motion video of him entering their media room at the Jets headquarters, but maybe that's coming. Missed opportunity? Should I have left on a jet plane early this morning or late last night and headed out there?
Yeah. You 100% should be out there. Yeah. But again, I don't tell you where to travel and how to. I'll recommend, and I think it would have been great for you to be out there. I think A-Rod would have really appreciated you being out there.
I would be curious. I don't know how the New York media works, but I'll be curious.
A lot tougher than you guys. That's what everybody tells me.
That's what I've heard. Although I had someone ask me if my questions to Goody were laced with bitterness and contempt because I asked so many tough questions on Monday. I didn't think they were that
asked
tough.
Good questions. No, they were good questions. You didn't ask the one I wanted.
Yeah,
but
I know. Believe me, I'm aware. And I believe I told you beforehand that I wouldn't be asking it in that setting. I will ask him someday that question in hopes of getting an answer that I could say then, I talked to someone in the organization and they said that Goody didn't want to sign Rodgers to that contract at all. That was all Mark Murphy.
I got a hunch you're going to be hearing that at some point.
I don't think we're
what?
wrong. Yeah.
It won't be if Aaron Rodgers dominates and plays great football for the New York Jets. Then that will look poorly on Goody if Goody is your source on that. So, well, again, we shall see. There is a lot of there's a lot of things at stake. And I think Packer fans that are trying to act like they're not going to be paying very close attention to the New York Jets, I firmly believe are not telling themselves the truth, because there will be this season great time for split screens. And the Jets will be on primetime a bunch. The Jets are going to be on primetime more than the Green Bay Packers by a large margin coming this season. What do you think, the Packers get 2 primetime games?
So they have to get a Monday night game. They have to get a Thursday night game. Yeah, they do.
You don't have to have a Monday night.
Well,
you're sure?
I'm not saying that they have to by league rules. I'm saying they have to because they draw eyeballs to television no matter who the quarterback is. Even if it's to see Jordan Love be great or Jordan Love to be a train wreck, they will put them on Monday night because Monday night needs Packers fan eyeballs. Now, how many times will they be on Sunday Night Football without getting flexed in or perhaps flexed out? I would think they would have an early season Sunday night game. And then that's all she wrote.
Maybe versus the Bears.
Yeah.
Maybe versus the Bears.
And then that's
I think if you're setting, and again, we'll have plenty of time to dissect the schedule in May. I think if you're setting the Prize Picks projection, I think you put it at
or
3
less.
primetime. I think you put it at 3, and I think you're going to be right on it or less. I don't think you're getting more than 3.
Yeah, I think you're
Now,
right.
Maybe you'll get flexed into them later.
Sure.
But
scheduled not. Nope, I would agree.
I do think so. The Jets play the Chiefs this year. I got to check if that. I think that game's in Kansas City. I bet that's your Thursday night opener, though. If it's in Kansas City, I'll check.
I believe we had this conversation a couple of years ago when Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers. For safety's sake, if you're an NFL schedule maker, you probably want that game early in the season because the dude's going to be 40 years old. I'm sure I would certainly hope Aaron Rodgers starts all 17 games this season and plays well and is healthy and everything else. But there is still risk when you're that old at playing quarterback in the NFL. So whether my questions were laced with contempt and bitterness or not, I did ask several of them that I thought were important to get asked on Monday. And one of them, I will admit that I find it irritating that we try to drive this narrative that the Green Bay Packers are trying to do right by Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers by trading them.
That narrative is bunk.
I don't subscribe to it. I think it's disingenuous. So what I asked Goody was this when we talked on Monday. Hey, Goody, you said you wanted to do what was right for Aaron and right for the team. Why is trading him the right thing for your team? Forget about him. Why is it the right thing for you guys?
Yeah, I think where our team is at. Obviously, Aaron's up there in age and has I don't know however many years he has. I think he's got some really good football left in him. But I think for us, it was just as we got through the offseason and started talking about where we wanted to go. This made a little bit of sense for us. We wanted to get his input, like I've told you guys in the past, and would have loved to have that and kind of see where he sat with that. That didn't happen. That was a little bit unfortunate and disappointing for me. But at the same time, I just think, as we move forward, we're really excited where Jordan can go. He needs to play. And having him sit another year, I think, would have really delayed kind of, where we're going and what we're trying to build.
All right. Two things. One, I'm still very irritated by that narrative. That's why I may have asked that with a little bit of a tone there. Forget about him. Why is it right for you? That is how I feel. I will admit to that. So if that sounded a little bitter, I will own that. It's interesting that he says he thinks he's got some good football left in him, right? That's interesting that he would say that. Yeah. But the delaying the Jordan Love thing, if Aaron Rodgers had played great last year, I don't think they'd have any problem delaying the Jordan Love thing. I don't. I think they would. I don't think they're convinced enough that if Aaron Rodgers, even if he didn't win the MVP last year, played at an MVP type level, that they would have done the trade. I don't think that. I just don't. Unless Rodgers forced him. Also, I mean, every time I hear this thing about how they didn't talk, that also gets me annoyed. I still can't believe that either side. Believe me, I am not blaming Brian Gutekunst for that. Okay? Partially, but not fully. The fact that these two sides could not communicate at all, from a guy that, as we've talked about, prefers direct communication. I don't care if he's got crummy cell service out on the ocean in Malibu or he needs to be FaceTimed or whatever it might be. That is as pathetic. It's like not breaking up with someone, you just don't ever call them back. Like back in the old days of dating, you're not responding to any emails or texts. You just ghost them. On either side, I just think that is so pathetic. Am I wrong to feel that way?
I do think that this scenario, the amount of animosity between the two and I don't want to use the term phony, but the fakeness of that betterment of the relationship. And
That's
give
a
you
much
credit.
better term, yeah.
I think you called that early on, that this was, more forced, and they didn't really do what I think Aaron had hoped, and I think they played nice for the kids because this is a divorce.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this is. So they played nice for the kids for a little bit, and things got to the point where they were untenable, and they didn't communicate. They just spoke through their attorneys via their agents, and that's how this all played out. So I think when you look at it, I think this is just the case of a kind of a gnarly divorce that now that it's over and everything's finalized and the mediators and the lawyers and the judges, everything, the probate, everything is all figured out. Okay, now we can move forward because I don't have to deal with you anymore. You don't have kids, thankfully. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong on that analogy from the kid standpoint, but that's where they're at, and they don't have to, and I don't know when and if they will. But I do like the fact that although he did put Goody dead last in his thank you, I noticed that, to everybody else, I thought that was classy. And I think, on this morning's on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning, my normal hit at 7:50, they asked me, how is the tone going to be for Aaron? Today is not the day to have any animus or anything. No. It is all positivity. It's gratitude, thankfulness, and hope moving forward. Jets. It's none of that other stuff. Yeah. It will be the next time he goes on McAfee or somewhere else that you'll hear more of that. And as the season unfolds in New York, if it's not going well, I think that's when things could get a little bit messy. But otherwise, Aaron is all about moving forward with his new football team.
I am curious, and we'll see what kind of tone he does have. But if I were him, even with Matt Schneidman there, I would answer Packers-related questions with, I'm really excited to be here. Someday we can talk more about how things ended there. I just have a lot of gratitude for those 18 years, but I'm focused on the future. I'm focused on leading the Jets to a Super Bowl, that kind of stuff. Isn't that the right play for him?
Yeah, but he has not always done the right play.
No, you're right.
As we know. Whether it's holding the ball on a read option and taking it, getting tackled, or some of the media stuff, he's more on his he's on his own deal. So I don't know. I think he understands the big picture, and I think this is also a reset for him, a refresh for him going into a new place. And I don't think he wants to bring negativity. I think he's always searching and trying to be as positive and all of the stuff that he talks about to his new football team. And anything Packer-related, I think he will just continue to say gratitude, thankful for the great 18 years, everything you read on that Instagram post. He believes because he lived it. And while there's a lot of animus still, I'm sure, towards certain folks in the front office, I think he has to say, that isn't doing me or my new football team any good. Let's move forward.
There is only one circumstance when I want to see or hear Mark Tauscher on Freddie and Fitzsimmons, and that's when he joins them as a guest as opposed to a full show fill-in, because then we reap what's the opposite of rewards? The frustration that comes the next morning of a grumpy, tired Tausch.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
So Tausch joined them the other night. We will hear from him on that program and talk about what he talked about coming up next. We got great news. We're going to be doing a show, and I'm actually going to show up for it at AmFam Field in a couple weeks. You know how you guys would do that? I'm coming too.
You're going? Wow.
We always have fun. Watch the grounds crew work.
Yeah, is there going to be enough room for me? Because if I remember right, you guys were kind of compacted into a small area the last time you did this. So I hope you'll save me a spot at AmFam Field. I will enter, though, when I arrive, through the Associated Bank gate, because I am an Associated Bank customer. I can skip all the lines. Although I'm guessing at 9 a.m. there won't be any lines. Nevertheless, it's one of the many perks that come with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. So go to AssociatedBank.com/Brewers to find out more. You get the use of the Associated Bank gate. You get the use of a 10% discount at the Brewers team store. And you get a nifty Brewers debit MasterCard as well. And check out more information about the Power Alley space as well if you're thinking about maybe bringing a group to a game. Check out AssociatedBank.com/Brewers to find out more. Tausch on Freddie and Fitzsimmons. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde here to tell you more about the team over at 5 Star Painting. Making decisions and finding a company you can trust to help you with your painting project can often be the most frustrating part for the home or business owner. From the initial measurement all the way through the final walkthrough, their team will be there for you step by step, and I can tell you from experience, they were great for me. They'll be great for you too. So learn more about the great team over at 5 Star Painting by visiting 5starpainting.com.
Take the long, strange trip with Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Weekdays from 4 to 6.
Certainly got some help now with Wade Miley back in the rotation.
Could you imagine having Wade as your fifth?
Zach in the Dells, back with the Scalzo and Brust family. What do you got, Z?
Wade Miley. Boys.
Wade Miley.
Subscribe to the Scalzo and Brust podcast free on the Wisconsin On Demand app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Stacy Bruner from Bruner Realty. People have been telling me that buying a home is nothing to joke about. So instead of telling you another real estate joke, I'm going to have somebody else do it.
Jesse Nelson here. Why did the real estate agent buy a skateboard? So he could flip it.
Come on, Jesse, this is no laughing matter.
Well, when it's time to get serious about buying or selling, that's when people should do what we did and work with you.
Contact us at BrunerRealtyInc.com. Bruner Realty, homes to appreciate.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
You're listening to Madison's home for Milwaukee Bucks basketball.
Giannis saying, take that.
100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm just a kid. A nightmare. I'm just a kid. I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares 'cause I'm alone and the world is having more fun than me tonight.
And maybe Jesse, did you hear this appearance that Tausch made on Freddie and Fitzsimmons late nights on ESPN Radio?
So I did.
Live?
Yeah, I was actually, well, I think it was live. I was running Justin Garcia's Bucks Talk post game on Monday night in Madison here. And
where
so,
you talk about,
yeah, on my day off, nonetheless.
Where you talk about realty.
What a worker.
Bucks Realty.
No, this was,
Bucks House.
There were a lot of phone calls reacting to what happened to the Bucks on Monday night. There was no room for house talk that night. So, yeah, Justin Garcia's post game show gets done. And we join Freddie and Fitzsimmons, and imagine my surprise when Old T is on the phone talking to Freddie and Fitzsimmons about the Aaron Rodgers trade. What a twist.
That is a plot twist. Was he good? Let's find out together.
Always good. Always good.
You know, don't be afraid of him. He's not even in the studio. Tell the truth. Was he good or not?
He was pretty good.
Okay.
I have a theory about the appearance. I have a theory about the appearance.
We'll get to the theory.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the theory.
After we hear a little bit of the appearance of Tausch on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio.
There is a sadness that this era of football, with another Hall of Fame quarterback and somebody that has given us so many great moments, is going to be doing this for somebody else. And as a former teammate and someone that helped us win a world championship, that part makes me sad. I understand why a lot of fans feel the way they do and that there's excitement and that everybody's kind of tired of all of the drama. But for me, I still believe, Aaron Rodgers was injured last year. I still believe he is a really good football player and is going to give everybody in that New York Jets locker room that belief that they can go out and win big. And the Packers have to kind of reorganize and reset where they're at. So to me, it is very sad that this era of football is over and that Aaron Rodgers only won one championship with the Green Bay Packers, and there's opportunities for a lot more.
I'll tell you what, man.
Pretty profound. If you
that was really good. And I don't say that because I'm afraid of you. Like, here's the thing, though. I don't think there's many people that are sad like you. Like,
No,
I think there are. Look, let me be clear. I think there are people that are joyous, right, and giddy. I don't think that group's as big as we think it is either. Like, I think it feels bigger because we hear from a lot of those people. I think there are a lot of people in the middle that are fine with him being gone. Like, they understand the risks. They understand that Jordan Love might not be very good. We have to wait and see on him. They're not doing cartwheels that Rodgers is gone, but they're not sad either. And then I think there's a much smaller group, like you expressed there, that are sad that there is an ending. But I don't think it's that large, and I thought that's why what you said was really good. No BS.
Yeah, and I think, there's no doubt. I've said that. I understand why there is not that same sentiment that I have. But in the same respect, I think one of the things that I always talk about, and you listen to other players, everybody, there's 32 teams in this league. Every team that reports to training camp, they think that they have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And at least half of them are completely delusional.
What group are the Packers in, by the way?
That's it's a fair question to ask if you'd let me finish, which I will gladly do. The belief always comes from that quarterback. That's why franchises chase deserts and look for oases and look for water, because they all know that's the blood that runs through your franchise that gives you that hope. And for me, why I was so blessed in my career, with the exception of 08, and even in 08, we thought, this kid's pretty good. Did we think we'd win a world championship? We didn't. But every other year, and this is not even the year we went 4-12. Now, we started seeing the thread unspurl pretty early in that season when we lost to Cleveland, and we had people saying, this is going to be a long year. And you're like, oh, boy. You always believed in that locker room you'd win every game you played. Every team doesn't feel that way. This Packers team is going to say all the right things, but until they go out and win and see what their quarterback is during regular season football, there isn't going to be that same belief in that locker room. There's going to be a lot of hope, but as the great philosopher Kenny Rovak always said, hope is not a strategy. So
God, I thought that was chilly.
You can't force that on people. You have to earn that. So that's the deal, and that's where we're at, and that's what I think everybody is looking for as far as why some teams have this and some teams don't. The quarterback is what drives that, and that was the point that I was trying to drive.
So the Packers' young players might actually believe it, though? The ones that have connected with Jordan Love and like, do you think that how many guys in that locker room, which only has, by the way, like 68 players right now, or fewer than that, I think, how many of those guys actually think they can that they've got a chance to win it all? Like David Bakhtiari clearly doesn't think that, no matter what
Not
happens
right now.
this weekend.
But you know what? And in fairness to David, I think he has been around long enough. He knows how things go. He will be the first to tell you if Jordan Love is playing well or if he's, teams catch fire. It's really important for teams that don't have that quarterback to get off to that fast start. Because for the ones that have the doubt, which I think a lot of people do if you don't have that guy, and all of a sudden you're winning and things are going, everybody buys in and starts going along with it. It's the teams that have that and you're choppy and you're not playing good and you lose a couple games, and then everybody starts looking out for number one instead of looking out for the entire group. That's when things get a little bit dicey, and I think that's when you look at David Bakhtiari and the veteran players. They're going to assume, hey, we're going to go out and do our best. We're going to play. We don't know. The young players don't know any better. They're just going to go out and play, and, hey, oh, my God, Jordan's doing this. So it's about building it. You can't just assume. The Packers will not be on that list of teams that feel like we have our guys, we have everything lined up, and we are ready for a push. But that can change very quickly, especially with the amount of overreaction and the amount of confidence that can be brought by winning a few games with your young quarterback.
So when you reported to training camp in 2008, what did you feel? You'd been to an NFC Championship game the year before, but you were changing quarterbacks.
I think the expectations were lower. I think we all thought we're not going to be as bad as everybody kind of thought. New quarterback, everything else. And, hey, it was more of I'm excited to see where this goes. It wasn't we got an old veteran quarterback, we're going to win a bunch of games. Because that's just not the realistic point of view. If Favre had come back that year, we would have thought, we're in the division, we're going to be in the playoffs, let's see what happens. Rodgers takes over, it's like, a lot of newness. We don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. I like the cut of his jib. I like that jib. Let's see where it takes us.
If you miss great insights like I like the cut of his jib when they're stated live on this program, the good news is you can find those later on Wisconsin On Demand, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Thanks to David and his team for supporting the show and for supporting Wisconsin On Demand. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. You might want to check out, if you missed yesterday's show, we took a lot of calls. I think a record number of calls. And there were some really good ones and some really good conversations. So if you missed it yesterday, check it out anywhere you get your podcasts, including on Wisconsin On Demand, presented by Gruber Law Offices. Brian Bulaga, Iowa. Yes, Mr. Tauscher, sir. Yes.
Our guy that called that was from Chico, California, Aaron Rodgers fan, turned on to our show. Does he keep listening to our show, or is he done?
Great question. I think the least he can do after we helped him work through his emotions on air.
Yeah, we let him go through. He Kuglered right on air yesterday. I don't know. You guys, thank you so much. There was appreciation.
Just sounds dirty. I'm sorry.
What?
He Kuglered on air. I just don't like the sound of that. That said, the least he could do is stick with us. The least he could do is stick with us because we were there for him in his hour of need.
Are you verbizing Kugler now? Is that what you're doing?
You did. You said he Kuglered on air.
Yeah,
that's
but
a verb.
I didn't dirty it up.
Well, no.
I didn't get it all dirty.
You verbed it up,
but
then I dirtied it up.
I did verb it up, yes.
Brian Bulaga appeared on a show other than ours? Is that true, Jesse?
It's
I
true.
thought we had exclusivity with him.
Yeah, we farmed him out, and he was great.
Traded for an analyst to be named later.
I ain't gonna lie to you. He threw that great word out there very quickly with him. With me, he was like, I don't know. He's okay.
Pretty good. He joined a special edition of the Great Dane Huddle. I joined it too yesterday morning, but Brian Bulaga, Iowa, made an interesting point with our buddy Strofe. You'll hear that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
It's Jeff Levering for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Up to bat is Pella's award-winning Easy Slide innovation. Look at that effortless horizontal window slide, letting in lots of light. And that roll, it's a double play. Like magic, the screen disappears when the window is closed. On deck is Pella's Reserve Series patio door, featuring the best lifetime warranty in the industry. Just look at that slide. It's a perfect fit. Order by April 30th and get 0% for 48 months at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Spring into a new deal at Metro Ford of Madison. With 125 new vehicles on the lot, now is the time to buy. Get a $500 Visa gift card with any vehicle purchase. The 22 Ford Explorer features 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, $1,705 cost per thousand to qualified credit at Metro Ford of Madison.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Dancing Goat Distillery, one of the largest in Wisconsin, will release their 7-year straight bourbon this Friday at 2 p.m. in their tasting room. And guess what? Me and Matt Hamilton will be there for a live broadcast because we love some great bourbon. Dancing Goat is located 20 minutes east of Madison in Cambridge. Dancing Goat offers distillery tours, guided tasting, and a gin academy where guests craft their own bottles of gin. Come out this Friday to grab a bottle of their Dancing Goat bourbon and stay for a cocktail. Maybe me and Matt will join you. Cocktail service will be available from 4 till 7.
Whether it's football or basketball season, Tanner's Bar and Grill in Middleton is the place to be, and they've now relocated to a brand new location right across the street from Costco. You'll experience the same great everything, from burgers to wings and cold brew. Tanner's is sure to satisfy your cravings and provide the best atmosphere for all of the big games. Tanner's Bar and Grill in Middleton offers things for the family too, with a full arcade for the kiddos. Visit Tanner's today, located in their brand new location right across from Costco in Middleton.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Madison's home for Milwaukee Bucks basketball.
It's Giannis going downhill. Giannis with a burst of speed and power all mixed together.
100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
That's the best. When I lay me down to
So just to recap, Jesse said that Tausch was pretty good on Freddie and Fitzsimmons.
Bulaga was great. I was pretty good. By the way, I don't like this. So for everybody that's looking on the video stream, now that we're on video and we're rolling, there's no more soft mid-launch. You're now on the right side of the screen, and I'm on the left. I like being on the right side of the screen, and you on the. So what? Did you have to click off and go do something? Because I don't like this.
No,
I
had
like
nothing to do with it.
Right-hand side.
And I'm usually
Jesse,
on the right side of discussions. So
nice.
Why did you do it that way? I don't like it.
Nothing.
So,
I got nothing.
okay, now we're on.
That's
See,
disappointing.
now we're on the 3-person. So now it looks like we're all looking at each other. Jason straight on. I'm
Yeah,
looking
we're all
this way,
buddies.
You're looking this way.
Just 3 buddies talking.
So
Yep.
now when we go back to the other screen, now it looks like you're looking at Jason.
No,
the other
I
way
don't
it looks.
like this.
It looks
Move
like
it
Jason's looking straight. You're looking on the left to the side, like you're looking at something off camera.
All right. First
Well,
of all,
not.
this feels like filibustering, so we don't get to Brian Bulaga's great insights compared to Tausch's pretty good.
Not filibustering.
Secondly,
I don't like this.
Secondly,
I don't like this new setup.
your position has been
don't
clear.
like that at all. Okay.
Why
Jesse,
does it bother you? What difference?
It just
does.
does. What difference does it make for you? Okay.
Because
If
it's
you
more
wanna get into
aesthetically
it.
pleasing that it looks like you're looking
not.
at Jason now.
Jesse,
question: if I flip you guys off, is that because it's on the interweb? Is that FCC? Because I used to flip you guys off on Teams, and now that we're live and streaming, is there a fine that comes with that, or is there something other than me
I don't
looking
think
like
so.
a real JWAD? Okay, so
I
I
don't
can flip
think
you guys
so.
off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now I've made it my goal to see if I can make you do that in the remaining
Well,
1 hour.
Trust me, you're going to make me do
and
that.
19 minutes of the program.
But then one of our fans can then take a screenshot of it, and then you flipping us off will live in internet infamy. And is that what you really want there, old T?
I don't know, old T. All right, go ahead, Jason. Frustrated, though.
Jesse, I assume before we launched this video component of the show that you had some high-level meetings and you were included on a myriad of emails, etc.
Some, yeah.
Is there a recommendation? Because I was watching, Tausch sent something yesterday, one of our teammates at ESPN Cleveland, Riz. He went on a bit of a rant about the Cavaliers, I believe, at ESPN Cleveland. And they're in the studio together, him and our buddy Aaron Goldhammer. And they've got a camera that's facing the two of them. They're together. Obviously, we are in different places. We have to do it this way. But I'm looking right into the camera. That's how my iPad is set up. Tausch has got this kind of side profile, getting his best side angle. Was there some sort of was there a discussion of how we should do this? Should I stand like this so it looks like I guess I got to stand this way so it looks like I'm talking to Tausch.
Now you're talking right
so
to
is this
each
what
other.
you want?
Yeah, look at that.
So I'm talking to the
that's
Philly
great.
fanatic in my actual office, but it looks like I'm talking to Tausch?
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah.
I've also got Sister Jean here. Yeah. All right. Let's get to what Brian Bulaga had to say with Alex Strofe on the special edition of the Great Dane Huddle yesterday morning in the wake of the Aaron Rodgers trade being agreed upon. Here is Brian Bulaga.
I got into it with some people on Twitter last week, and I saw some posts and, people talking about how great of throws, Jordan Love has made in preseason and this and like that. And he made some good throws in that Eagles game in the late third quarter, fourth quarter. I'm not saying he can't make good throws. What I'm saying is people need to pump the brakes on their expectations for Jordan Love. They really do. We've gotten a game and a quarter of Jordan Love, essentially. The Chiefs game when Aaron had COVID, and then a quarter and some change in the Eagles game, and then preseason, which I don't really count preseason because preseason is preseason. We have to cool our expectations on what we expect from him.
Yes, that was great. Preseason is preseason. Tausch, your evaluation of what Blue said there.
Yeah, I don't understand how anybody would have anything but what Brian just mentioned.
I agree.
The amount of experience that Jordan Love has is very limited. And while he's definitely made improvements, everybody has said that, you have the head football coach tempering expectations.
Correct.
You have Goody tempering expectations. You have the veteran, long-serving left tackle tempering expectations. So I think as the GKB policy, our team's policy is to always over-deliver, and is it under-promise and over-deliver?
Under-promise, over-deliver, yep.
That is what the Green Bay Packers should be doing right now. You have, for the first time in a while, the idea that you don't have world championship aspirations, at least from the outside world. Embrace that. Embrace the underdogness. Like I said, I had somebody text me yesterday that this is going to be the feel-good team of the year in the NFL. Embrace it. Run with it, because hopefully that's not going to be for long. I want to be a part of a team that is expected to win a championship every year. That's what everybody in that locker room wants. And if you don't have it, you can still have those beliefs, but embrace the fact you're an underdog. Jordan Love has to prove to everybody, including himself, he has still not had. He had the great touchdown pass to Christian Watson. Is that his NFL moment that gives him the belief? I hope it starts it. But he's still going through the process, and I think, Aaron Rodgers always talks about the end of the season, Detroit Lions. You end up 6-10, but the fans cheering him, and that's when he felt like, man, the whole everybody is on board with what I'm doing. Jordan Love still has to get there. So for everybody that thinks, hey, he's going to be a good player, man, I hope he's going to be a really good player. He has not proven that yet, and he has to go and do it, and I'm with Blue. Preseason's preseason. It's nice. If you're not playing good in the preseason, woo, red flags alert, because that is vanilla, bland defenses that you should be picking apart with your ones. And the fun part is, for this preseason, we're not going to have to worry about, are they going to play or are they not? They're going to play. They're going to get reps, and he's going to get opportunities to build that confidence up. And I think what Brian is saying, and what I think all of us are saying, is we got to see it. Like all this stuff, and I think what irritated Jason the other night when I worked him over on the trade talk was there's a lot of people that are already just assuming, this is. If Jordan Love isn't very good and he struggles, the Green Bay Packers are going to have to reset and think about this quarterback conundrum all over. They're hoping that even though this season maybe doesn't go as swimmingly as we hoped, 11-5, 11-6, 10-7, whatever it is, that you see those signs that the Green Bay Packers saw in a 6-10 season with Aaron Rodgers, because that turned quickly in a positive way. That's what I think most of us are looking for from Jordan Love.
So I think I've made my position on Jordan Love fairly clear, right? I want to see him do well. I like him. I'm not rooting against him in any way, shape, or form, even though there were certainly people that rooted against Aaron Rodgers at different points while covering the team or being fans of the team. But are we so desperate to give – and maybe I'm guilty of this, but you got after me after that Eagles game for pointing out – the throw that you just mentioned to Christian Watson was a 63-yard touchdown.
Yeah, great play.
Which he threw 8 yards on a slant.
But he delivered it right in stride.
He did deliver it right in stride, yes. Kudos to him. Another one of his great throws was a throw to Aaron Jones in the end zone that was broken up and incomplete. Like, are we so desperate, myself included, because I want the kid to do well, that we're talking about his great throws against a defense that even Jordan himself admitted was not playing like they would have been playing in the first quarter? Are we so desperate to have positive vibes about him that we're making rudimentary or the kind of throws you're supposed to make if you're an NFL quarterback throws better than they are just because we want to be positive about him?
What do you want to do? That's all the data that you have to go off of.
Right, and that's what I want us to say. Sit there is we just don't have enough data. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, but
he made a few good throws. He made a few bad throws. It's fine.
Yeah, but you still evaluate what you've seen.
How was he in the Detroit Lions game to end the 2021 season when the Packers had nothing to play for and Rodgers put? Okay, but that's the data we have. That's part of the data that we have.
For sure, but again, I think all of us, including Goody, would acknowledge he's come a long way from 2 seasons ago. Tom Clements, all of the off-season stuff, the preseason work that he's gotten, and then the one opportunity that he got to go in and play somewhat meaningful snaps, he looked a lot better than he did in that Kansas City COVID game and at the end of that Detroit game. He's gotten better. So that's what we're basing it off of. And, yes, I mean, if we're not going to be optimistic and have any type of positivity about it, what are you doing?
I'm not saying we can't be hopeful.
If you're
I'm not saying we can't be
hopeful.
hopeful. Not saying you can't be
you're
hopeful.
Kind of saying temper your hopes.
I am. I most definitely am.
I'm saying let it rip. Enjoy this and understand that your decision-making isn't going to be – he's doing this. He's playing regardless.
Correct.
He could stink for 5 weeks. He's going to be your quarterback unless something crazy happens on Thursday night. There's a lot of talk. There are a lot of parts, a lot of moving pieces, and I hope this doesn't happen. But what if Green Bay goes and does something crazy like they did way back? They can't do it. I would be shocked if they do. But the only way anything gets changed narrative-wise is if Green Bay selects a quarterback in the first or second round. That's it. If they do, then all of that narrative is gone. They will not do that. I can't imagine, Goody. But what happens if C.J. Stroud falls to 13? What happens if everybody's now the Will Levis train? Oh, he's getting up there. What happens if these guys fall and the Packers trust their board and they have C.J. Stroud ranked as the 3rd best player in this draft?
They trade
What are
back.
they going to do?
They find a team that wants him and they trade back, right? I mean, you can't.
Listen,
you can't.
Jason,
No,
I agree with
this
that.
Can't happen.
But Ted Thompson tried to trade back. He didn't want to draft Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He was not like Goody and moving up because this is an asset we need.
Absolute opposite. Yep.
If they have C.J. Stroud graded as a top 5 player in this year's draft and he falls to 13, you have to think seriously about doing something, because if that's your board and you do that, you shouldn't if you believe in Jordan Love. But if you don't, and you have more data than we do, you watched every practice film, I'll be fascinated because everybody's telling me C.J. Stroud's fallen. Everybody. They put out his scores, and McGinn writes that article, and everybody's getting after anyone that's evaluating him in a poor light. What happens if Brian Gutekunst finds himself in a position that Ted Thompson found himself in 2005? Remember, they drafted Brian Brom early. Even
no doubt they did.
With all of this. So quarterback is a vital position. I think you have to get this year and just let it rip with Jordan Love. That's what I think. But I will be fascinated if the quarterback slides go the way that people are talking. What do you do if your grade is super high like it was for Jordan Love? That will be the interesting part.
It's a great question. We can talk about it more tomorrow because the NFL draft starts tomorrow. The Green Bay Packers will be picking 13th. Right now, let's pick 13th for trivia. Jesse, what's our category for today when we take the 13th caller?
I like this category. You're going to maybe be a little confused by it, but I'm going to explain it. Most recent Wisconsin playoff win or go homes. So the Bucks are facing an elimination game tonight. The 3 questions for Wilde Tausch trivia are about the last 3 games that a Wisconsin sports professional team has faced a win-or-go-home situation in the playoffs.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be offended by the fact that you assume that this was so complicated that we needed you to explain it to us like we were children, or if you just think this is such a great category that you wanted to brag about how brilliant your thought process was in coming up with it.
It's usually bragging.
Yeah.
Typically, whenever the answer could be bragging, Jesse's going to pick that route.
Yeah, I understand what win or go home means. Thank you for your service.
It's just a really long title. Most recent Wisconsin playoff win or go homes. So I wanted to make sure we were all on the same page there.
Oh, we're on the same page. Caller 13, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. I was expecting Wisconsin geography trivia. I thought that was our
Isn't
thing.
that Wednesday?
On Wednesdays, yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm not reading any questions on Wednesdays, so
we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do double trivia tomorrow. We'll do geography tomorrow.
We'll see about that.
Thank you, Jesse.
Caller 13, 844-770-3776. We'll play trivia next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, we're about to find out which new young players will be drafted in Green Bay to join the squad and help lead it into the future. Add in the hot start to the baseball season and Milwaukee's championship aspirations in basketball's postseason, and it's such an exciting time to think about all the new things happening in Wisconsin sports. And with all this excitement, maybe it's also time for you to start thinking about a new vehicle. If that's the case, start your search with Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Stop by the dealership on Main Street in Sun Prairie to check out their full inventory of new and used vehicles. Or make it even easier by starting your search online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. And if you're not in the market for a new vehicle but want to make sure yours feels as new as the day you drove it off the lot, get a tune-up with Zimbrick Chevy's amazing service team. Stop into Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie and discover the great automotive team that I've been telling you about for years. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Big trailers and big opportunities at Stoughton Trailers. Immediate openings at the Broadhead, Evansville, and Stoughton locations. Assemblers, forklift drivers, and more. Apply at stojobs.com. It is NFL Draft Week, and ESPN NFL Draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. joined Wilde and Tausch to break down some of the Wisconsin prospects in this year's draft, including nose tackle Keanu Benton.
Keanu Benton, I haven't been as high on as some are. Lewis Riddick loves Keanu Benton. He thought he could be really good. I didn't see the dominance on a consistent basis with Keanu Benton. He's got a lot of talent. I think he goes second or third round. I would go more third round, but some are projecting second.
Find the full conversation with Mel Kiper Jr. on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by April 30th and get 0% APR for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com/radio.
Your first time biking to work. Your new helmet? Secure. Your bike? Road ready. You got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So even if down the road that bike needs a little maintenance, at least your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Live the high life at the Nitty Gritty, the official birthday bar and home of the famous Gritty Burger. On your birthday, enjoy a free Memento birthday mug and filled up with free beer, specialty birthday cocktails, or soda all day long. For more information about upcoming events and specials and to join the Nitty Gritty Birthday Club, visit thegritty.com. The Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968. Madison, Middleton, Sun Prairie. Check out our Miller High Life Power Hour specials daily. Also enjoy High Life at Deluxe, Bar Carolini, and Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
When you open up a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, you're opening up more than just doors. You're unlocking potential. The potential to do your own thing, be your own boss, and steer your own success. Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van owners live, work, and play out their dreams, no matter how far off the beaten path it takes them. Because they know there's nothing like taking your own route and reawakening that spirit of adventure that lies within all of us. With 16 body types, your choice of a gas or diesel engine, and thousands of ways to customize, a Sprinter van is capable and versatile enough to help drive your ambitions, wherever you want to take them. So go ahead. Now's the time. Unlock your potential inside a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter.
We're on the draft.
Joining us now, it is our friend Mel Kiper Jr. on Wilde and Tausch.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
This is not a good draft. So, with that, but there's a lot of good players, but it's not a good draft overall.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause.
play some trivia. Let's welcome in our contestants. It's our old buddy Jeff in Monroe. Jeff, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Did Jesse sufficiently explain the category?
Yes.
Okay. Then, Tausch, are you still boycotting because we're not doing...
No, I'm...
Are you going to do
a
your
team
part?
Player.
God, you really are. Thank you for your service.
I'll do question 2. That's going to be my part today.
Okay. Never mind that it has him down for questions 1 and 3 because he's such a team player. He'll do question
your
2.
Boston accent... Jason, your Boston accent's a lot better than mine. That's why I'm going to pass the baton.
All right, well, if we're letting people who do Boston accents the best do question 1, then let's let Jesse do question 1.
Tausch won't do Boston accents. He won't do Morgan Freeman. He won't.
Let's be
There's
honest.
nothing Morgan Freeman in there.
He's never done Morgan Freeman. Like whatever that was that he did.
Here's the deal: if you guys
We
can
get some
find
Jack
me,
Nicholson.
it needs to be my friend. If I can't find one of those in there, I can't do the Morgan Freeman. So, all right, let's get to Jeff here. Let's stop filibustering.
All right, Jeff. Apparently, I got question number 1. Remember, the category is most recent Wisconsin playoff win or go homes. Do you understand the category, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Good. Which Game 7 NBA record did the Boston Celtics set when they eliminated the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference semifinals last season? Was it most made threes in a Game 7? They made 22 of them. Was it fewest points allowed in a Game 7, giving up 81? Or was it most cars parked in the car park, Marcus Smart, with 14 cars parked in the car park?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I'm going to go with A.
Attaboy, Jeffy.
Thank
that was kind of tricky because B could have been in play there, too. All right.
Yeah,
All
that was
right.
a hard question.
That was not the easiest
It was a
question.
hard
one I've
question.
seen.
It wasn't that hard. It was hard to understand the category
All right.
than that question.
All right, Jeff. Which player scored the Packers' only tutter in their 13-10 NFC divisional round loss to the San Francisco 49ers on January 22nd of 2022? Is it Devontae Adams, A.J. Dillon, or Randall Cobb?
That was a long time ago.
Feels like
How
it's
about
longer.
B?
Say that again?
B.
He said B.
B as in B.
Bam.
B is in B.
B is in AJ.
Correct. All right, question 3. Jeff. Giving Atlanta the lead and propelling the Braves not only to win the game and the NLDS against the Brewers, but eventually the World Series title. Let me catch my breath. Which Braves player homered off Josh Hader in the bottom of the 8th inning of Game 4 of the 2021 NLDS? Was it Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, or Ronald Acuna Jr.?
If I get this wrong, I'm going to be disappointed because I think that's the only one I actually knew. Freddie Freeman.
All 3 correct. 4 entries into Friday's drawing. Jeff, well done, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thanks. You guys have a good day.
Not good in the win-or-go-home situations there in the last tree, huh?
Jeff was very good in win-or-go-home situations. He
nailed
got
it.
all 3 right. The
Those
11
were not the easiest questions.
No, they were
for
all
Jeff
hard.
either.
Yeah, good
I
on
agree.
him. Because Jesse was hoping for an 0 for 3 there, and instead we got a 3-0. The 11 o'clock hour will begin in 2 minutes. And we'll get ready for Uncle Homer, who's going to join us late as well. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Are you excited to enjoy the great outdoors this summer without pesky mosquitoes buzzing by your head? Well, Mosquito Joe of Madison is here to get rid of those annoying mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas so you can enjoy your backyard in peace. Mosquito Joe also offers rodent and perimeter pest control to keep the creepy crawlers out of your house. Head over to madison.mosquitojoe.com to request a quote. Don't wait. Trust Mosquito Joe to get rid of the annoying buzz and make your summer bite-free.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by 5 Star Painting, your residential and commercial professional painters for interiors, exteriors, kitchen cabinets, decks, and fences. Check them out. 5starpainting.com. The Milwaukee Bucks facing elimination tonight, down 3-1 in their opening round Eastern Conference playoff series against the Miami Heat. Game 5 tonight at Fiserv Forum, 8:30 tip time. That's right, 8:30 p.m. tip time for the Bucks and the Heat tonight. Pre-game coverage starts at 8 o'clock right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. You can watch tonight's game on NBA TV and on Bally Sports Wisconsin. After the game, win or lose, stick around for late-night post-game reaction with Justin Garcia on Bucks Talk right here on 100.5 ESPN. Bucks are listed as 11.5-point favorites for tonight's game. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers set to be introduced as the new quarterback of the New York Jets this afternoon. Introductory press conference scheduled for 1 p.m. You can listen to it live right here on 100.5 ESPN. Rutledge and Hamilton will start early, immediately following the press conference.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
O'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. Jordan Schultz, who he's a NFL insider, son of the CEO of Starbucks, I believe, with a tweet.
Rough.
Not sure what's going on in our house right now, but apparently the
Stella
dogs are
doesn't like
upset about it.
Starbucks. Huh?
Both dogs are barking. Yeah, they're Caribou Coffee dogs. An assistant GM in the NFL on Jordan Love. Quote, Jordan Love's going to be really good. I thought he cleaned up his mechanics last year in the small sample size we saw, at least. He's a big, talented guy with the type of arm you don't see too often. All those traits are there to be a star.
Sweet.
Great.
You believe that?
I hope Jordan
Think he's
Schultz
right?
is right. I hope he's right.
So here would be a portion of our conversation with Goody, because I would ask whether that's true or not. How good of a position has he put Jordan Love in to succeed, given the current cache of weapons that are on the roster? Here is my question and Goody's answer to that.
You're excited about Christian and Romeo especially. When you look back at 08,
You had Driver here. You had Jennings going into his third year. You had James Jones going into his second year. At least Aaron had some experience, had an experienced tight end. Is Jordan in a little bit of a challenging spot in terms of how youthful you're going to be at those positions if you can't find significant veteran options? And even if you do, they're not guys that have been in the
No,
system.
we'll see. I think there's going to be challenges. There's no doubt about it. There's always challenges in any NFL season. What those will be is kind of to be determined, right? Whether that happens to be, there's an experience around them, or maybe that, maybe letting those guys play a little bit more in their second year, maybe that's a really good thing. We'll see. So to kind of try to predict what challenges that this team's going to go through is kind of it's tough to say, but there will be challenges.
Well, I'm not sure that would make me feel better or worse or the same about what Jordan Love's situation is based on that answer. Right? Well, maybe them playing more will be a good thing. They're still second-year guys, Tausch, and you were a second-year guy once upon a time. We've seen second-year wide receivers. None of them are sure things. Davante Adams is one of the best wide receivers in football. How was his second year?
Yeah, you wanted him cut and brought Jeff Janis.
No, I was one of the few people who didn't want him cut. Thank you for your service. But that said, that's what these guys are up against. With an inexperienced quarterback, I'm just curious, that was a valid question, right? Again, bitter?
I could see why people think it's bitter. I can understand why people are coming at you.
It's actually a pro Jordan Love question.
No,
is he in a little bit of a challenging situation?
Listen, it's an anti-Goot question. Don't sit here and try and act like you're being some pro-Jordan Love guy. You're an anti-Gootite. You're an anti-Gootite when it comes to this because you think he's done a god-awful job of wide receiver depth over the last 2 or 3 years. That's what that was. Don't try to sugarcoat it and say, oh, no, I was complimenting Jordan. You're getting after Goody for letting Devontae walk out the door, not drafting well enough before that, and leaving it to the point where you left Aaron Rodgers last year with Sammy Watkins and Randall Cobb needing to be one of his top 2 receivers. And when you did that, you let this thing spiral to the point where your MVP quarterback's walking out your building into a new building, and you're setting your new quarterback up with a bunch of young guys that haven't proven themselves. That's what you were saying, and you were trying to say, Goody, did you screw up with your handling of the receiver position the last 2 or 3 years? And he didn't take the bait. That's what happened. If you want my honest assessment of what occurred there, I think that's a pretty good, quick summarization. Jesse, do you agree with my assessment of that situation?
Forget about what Jesse thinks. I agree with that assessment.
That's a plot twist that I didn't see coming.
I
thought
disagree
you would
then?
be self-aware. I didn't think you'd be self-aware enough to actually listen to what I said, but that is 1,000% what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's helped this guy. I don't.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think I could. I don't know what else I could say. I am shocked right now that you're sitting there and nodding your head saying, yeah, that son of a gun nailed it. Yeah, he's got it figured out. Huh. I don't know what, I think I'm done for the segment. I'm flummoxed
take the rest
that
of
you're
the
sitting
show
there
off.
saying, that you say, yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. Oh. So for all those people that called you negative Nancy and everything else yesterday, they're kind of right.
All right, so I would push back and just say I don't think it's negative to call him on something that I believe, right? If you don't think that that's not a valid question, bitter, jaded, whatever you want to call it, fine. But if you look at where they're at receiver-wise, and now, look, maybe they take, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, right? Maybe. At 13, maybe he's still there. Again, for those hearing for plot twists and storylines, drafting a first-round wide receiver the day after Aaron Rodgers walks into another team's building, yeah, I'm here for that. Yeah,
it's a slap to the face.
I'm there. But my point is still, I think it's relevant, and I do think it's fair to ask because I don't care how good you think Romeo Doubs is going to be. I don't care how good you think Christian Watson is going to be. They're going to have growing pains, especially with a first-year quarterback. This is a first-year starter throwing them the ball. So I don't care how good you think the system's going to be with Jordan Love running it the way it's designed as opposed to Rodgers doing whatever Rodgers did. There are going to be growing pains. And look, I'm an idiot. I thought Sammy Watkins was going to flourish.
Oh, I thought we were still doing this.
We're done with that. We're done with that. Circle gets the square. But who the hell are they going to bring in now? At this point.
D-Hop.
Yeah.
D-Hop.
Wouldn't that be something? They draft Smith and Jigba, and they sign or trade for DeAndre Hopkins.
Woo! That'd be a nice pickup.
Well, I guess then this question would become irrelevant. I don't see either of those things most likely happening. But does Jordan Love have the kind of weaponry that even Aaron Rodgers inherited from Brett Favre? And the answer to me is no.
No, of course he doesn't. But that doesn't mean, again, you have to let young players grow. You can't now, ideally, you have a Donald Driver veteran player. You have a young up-and-comer in Greg Jennings. You have a young guy that you draft in Jordy Nelson that grows with you. You don't just kind of throw everybody out there as youth pieces and say, all right, here you go. You want a couple of Pamela Andersons where they're lifeguarding and they're saying, okay, well, here's what you do. Yasmine Bleeth, you swim over to this corner, but Pamela's there as an established star. Okay? When you throw out a bunch of Yasmines, yeah, it looks good and everybody's excited about it, but you don't necessarily know if she's going to answer the bell every time. What you've done here is you've put a very young, got rid of Hasselhoff. You also don't have a Pamela Anderson. Are people still going to tune in? Yeah, you're putting some people out there. Yeah, sure, I'll tune in. But the star power's gone. And you have to build and get new stars. Yasmine Bleeth became a star. To the same extent that Pam? Probably not. I don't know the other people on that show, so you'll have to jump in and help me.
Was she one of them?
I don't know. I don't know who Samari Toure could become. Is it Donna D'Erico? I think there's other Baywatch stars that could become a piece of this. But you need – Growing Pains was a great TV show. And growing pains happen to everybody. And in this case, there are going to be, and you hope that those growing pains turn into beauty. We don't know if it will, but we're hoping that they do.
I'm going to be honest with you there, Hasselhoff. The water analogy way better than the Baywatch analogy.
I don't know. This, as it was going, I started finding something as I kept going. I did not come into this thinking Baywatch at all, just so you know. It just happened. And I think it's pretty apropos.
I was right about Erica Eleniak. Also, Carmen Electra eventually was on the program.
Carmen Electra was in Baywatch? Apparently. Was Donna D'Erico, or am I crazy on that?
I'm going to have to do further research. The pilot episode appeared on April 23rd, 1989.
Happy anniversary.
How would you, in one word, if we all had to describe Baywatch in one word, how are we saying it? I would use the term buxom. Buxom would be my one word to describe Baywatch. What word would you guys use?
Oh, I don't like one word because I was going to go slow motion sexiness.
Old.
Sexy.
Old. All right, please stop doing that. Please stop. That's.
I was going for my Jack Palance. Yeah, there you go.
Think?
That's what I was going for anyway. All right. Enough about Baywatch. Which of the wide receivers is Hasselhoff and which one is Pamela Anderson?
No. Rodgers was Hasselhoff. Devontae was Pam. They're all gone. So now Yasmine Bleeth is a, Christian Watson. That's
Donna D'Erico. Yeah, she's here.
She was on there. Okay.
Gina Lee Nolan.
I don't know her.
Brooke Burns as Jesse
Brooke
Owens.
Burke?
No,
Just
Burns.
wait, Brooke
Burns.
Burns.
Brooke Burns.
Okay. I was always a big Brooke Burns.
Jesse Owens. She played Jesse Owens. I always thought of him more as the track star. Yes, exactly.
I heard of both ways.
Do you remember what Olympiad Jesse Owens crushed it in and took a swipe at all of that stuff?
36?
Do you remember? Yes! Nicely done. I did a history of the Olympiad class back at Wisconsin. That's one of the things I remember.
Can we get the paper that you did? Is that available somewhere?
I'm sure we could find a way.
See what kind of grade you got? Yeah. Speaking of grades, Uncle Homer is going to join us at 11:30, so one of the highest graded portions of this program, Whoa Nelly, will be coming up next. I don't know what Jesse has planned for it, but I'm sure it will be great. Speaking of great, tonight the Bucks look to stave off elimination. I'm assuming you're going to go more on whatever the line is on Giannis's scoring, because if you go less, and you think they're probably going to lose, I'm assuming.
No, I already put in my entries for tonight's game, and I feel really good about it. On Prize Picks, of course, Daily Fantasy Sports made easy. So I looked at it. Old Jimmy Boy had a monster game. He ain't having a monster game.
They should defend him.
They put it at 29.5. That's the projection. Less on Jimmy. You know who's been dominating? Brolo. My boy Brolo at 15.5. I went more, and I put it on it, and I'm winning tonight. You guys can do it as well. That's where I'm at. I just picked 2. You can pick 2 to 6 players, and you can win up to 25x on your money. I'm not competing against anybody else. Just Prize Picks' projections. My entry is in already. I encourage you to do it too. It made 60 seconds or less. It is so simple to do. Download the Prize Picks app or go to prizepicks.com to sign up now. And first-time users get a 100% deposit match if you use the promo code WI. So don't forget, enter the promo code WI. You put 100 in, Prize Picks gives you 100. Go to prizepicks.com to get started.
Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
A wide array of opportunities abound at Waste Management.
They do whatever they can to make sure that you're set up for success, both within the career and just in your personal life as well. The benefits that are offered here are honestly some of the most insane benefits that I've ever seen. They're paying for people to go to college. They invest in the employees as human beings. I've never seen anything like that.
Join the Waste Management family. Just search online, Waste Management Careers.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Dancing Goat Distillery, one of the largest in Wisconsin, will release their 7-year straight bourbon this Friday at 2 p.m. in their tasting room. And guess what? Me and Matt Hamilton will be there for a live broadcast because we love some great bourbon. Dancing Goat is located 20 minutes east of Madison in Cambridge. Dancing Goat offers distillery tours, guided tasting, and a gin academy where guests craft their own bottles of gin. Come out this Friday to grab a bottle of their Dancing Goat bourbon and stay for a cocktail. Maybe me and Matt will join you. Cocktail service will be available from 4 till 7.
Looking to make an impact in your community? Consider applying to become a mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County currently serves nearly 500 children and has over 200 waiting to be matched with a mentor like you. No skills are required, just a desire to make a difference in the lives of children. Make a big impact. Volunteer today at bbbsmadison.org to complete your application. That's bbbsmadison.org. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. Together, we are defenders of potential.
You're listening to Madison's home for Milwaukee Bucks basketball.
Crowder wide open 3, and he can't it from right in front of his own bench.
100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
When I'm gone, I'm never really gone. You think you're moving on, but it won't be for long. You'll see when I'm gone, I'm never really gone. You think you're moving on, but
Jesse, I don't like to give you more work to do. But I would like a montage with this song of like all the clips and sound bites from Aaron Rodgers, like a retrospective. Lots of really...
Yeah, I want that too.
Thank you.
Like that too.
Yeah, I think that'll be really nice.
Yep.
Do we want an NFL draft montage for tomorrow?
No,
I'd rather have the Rodgers one, yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that either.
Why is Alex Stroh
get out of
walking
the-
through the...
Hey,
Get out of the TV. What is he
What's
doing?
going on in there?
There's somebody else in there, too. There's like a
We
reflection
got
of
Jody, we got Tom. Everybody's hanging out there doing some work on the video stream.
They have no idea, by the way,
Not a
that
clue.
they're on camera right now.
Yep, not a clue.
All right, for those of you listening on the terrestrial radio, we're watching the video of our teammates wandering through the shot. Tommy Olson! Tommy! Let's do Whoa, Nelly.
The topic is good. The guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocco's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
on Wilde Tausch.
Now I see how Tausch got distracted by Sports Center and
Yeah,
Get Up and all
tried to
that.
tell ya.
This video of our teammates walking through the ESPN Madison studios very distracting.
Wait till we're down at AmFam Field and you got people doing the mound and putting the bases out and all of the delicate work that they're doing. It's mesmerizing. So
can't wait.
Buyer beware. Bring your own bewaredness when you come down there.
It's a classic. BYOB.
I want to make sure we get to Homer with plenty of time, with plenty to talk about, so I will simply ask
Plenty of time.
This question for Whoa Nelly today. Bucks Game 5 against the Heat tonight, Fiserv Forum. Elimination game, must win. 8:30 tip time on NBA TV.
What are they doing? NBA TV? What a slap to the face.
At least if they get eliminated, no one will see it.
Touche.
True. Tausch, how do we feel about the 8:30 tip time tonight?
Well, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absurd. So there's only been, what now? We've closed up 3 series so far, right? The Sixers swept.
Yep.
Phoenix won last night against the Clippers. And by the way, Clippers, what a joke.
Poor Kawhi
That just shows
Leonard.
you organizationally what a disaster. And who is the other one? The Nuggets closed up on the T-Wolves. Nuggets aren't making the finals. You heard it here, probably fifth.
Your guy?
No Joker.
It's going to be Lakers or Suns that are going to be in the finals.
Lakers?
You heard that. You heard that here second. And the Bucks are going to rout the Miami Heat tonight. I think the Miami Heat are going to get routed and bad enough that Jimmy B and the boys almost not that they're going to play this as desperado. We're emptying the bucket tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy B, if the Bucks get out to an early lead, which they should, use the energy that Fiserv is going to bring because it is desperation time. The Heat know Game 6 is their everything. I wouldn't be shocked if you see these guys play empty. They're not emptying their bucket tonight. Let's just put it that way.
You heard it here first. The Bucks are winning this series.
Whoa!
And if they don't, Jason is golfing Lac LaBelle with me.
I'm not. No,
in May.
no.
I love it.
No.
I love it.
Wow.
It's about time you put yourself out there. That's great.
No.
Okay.
Not putting myself out there. The Bucks are winning the series. Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly!
Would you do one hole if they lose the series?
I am going to go to the driving range with the girls, and if I hit the ball well, I will consider some golf-related activity with you two knuckleheads. I am not doing the 200-stroke thing. No matter how much you bully me,
You're going to beat 200.
no matter how much you pressure
You're going to
me,
beat 200.
Yeah, shut
There's
up.
no pressure.
Just shut up. Just shut
For
up.
charity. Support Gabe.
Yeah, charity.
Speaking of charity, Steve the Homer True does a lot of charity work, including appearing on our program. He'll do so next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Clinical trials are essential to advancing medications, vaccines, and devices. LabCorp has been conducting clinical trials for over 40 years and has helped bring many of the medications we use today to market. You may be compensated up to $19,250 for time and participation in trials. At LabCorp, your safety is the #1 priority. Learn more about how you can help advance the future of medicine at LabCorpClinicalTrials.com. That's LabCorpClinicalTrials.com.
Looking to make an impact in your community? Consider applying to become a mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County currently serves nearly 500 children and has over 200 waiting to be matched with a mentor like you. No skills are required, just a desire to make a difference in the lives of children. Make a big impact. Volunteer today at bbbsmadison.org to complete your application. That's bbbsmadison.org. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. Together, we are defenders of potential.
Huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Join me and former NFL players Brad Nortman and Tarek Saleh on Thursday, April 27th for a special edition of the Great Dane Huddle on Draft Night. All your draft coverage and reaction is on the Great Dane Huddle right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand from 6 to 10 on April 27th.
The Great Dane Huddle, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hi, I'm Madison money guy Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, are you ready for a new shower? If you are, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for over 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's kswisconsin.com.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Homer on Wilde Tausch is presented by Olson Toon. Since their founding in 1997, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier design, build, landscaping, and outdoor living firms. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your outdoor living project today.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
You know what that music means? A little bit later than he normally joins us because he was on assignment, as he likes to say. It is Steve, the Homer True Homer. Good morning. How are you today?
I am awesome. I have a question for both of you. I would like answered first.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Aaron Rodgers is no longer a member of the Green Bay Packers because the Packers moved on or Aaron Rodgers moved on. You get one or the other. Why? Who is the largest of the two reasons that he's gone?
No, the Packers moved on. Yeah, the Packers moved on, and the reason is because Aaron Rodgers' attitude and his play on the field with his team not making the playoffs when there's 7 teams allowed the Packers to move on from him. So the Green Bay Packers moved on from Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, that's the correct answer. Correct answer. The Packers moved on from Aaron Rodgers. Do you agree?
Yeah, in the end, I think yes. I was curious if anybody felt that he caused that. Like, what if he had said, I want to come back?
I think they still would have moved on.
Okay.
Yep, I do too.
All right.
But I do think he caused it. Like, I'm not absolving him. Like, he could have done a lot of things that, A, either could have made them want him back, or B, made it a lot harder for them to say, no, thank you for your service, we don't want you. And he chose not to do those things. Instead, he made it, I don't want to say he made it, Tausch, as easy as Favre did with the whole retirement thing, but by being the way he was and saying the things he said and doing the things he did, he made it a lot easier for them to say, no, we're good. Thank you for your service. Goodbye.
I'll join that club. I like that. I'm gonna maybe have that printed up. And now, two, of course, Aaron Rodgers still plays for the Packers in one regard, and that is his ability to help assist the Packers get the best draft choice possible from the New York Jets. So he has to play 69%, and every Packer fan should hope they win as few games as possible. If not, you're a greater fan of Aaron Rodgers than the Green Bay Packers.
No, I would disagree with that assessment. I understand why you're saying that. Well, if you'd let me finish. I will.
You just started.
Well, I know, and I was going to finish.
I mean, I personally can't believe you have this opinion, so now I'll stop.
Well, my opinion is personal and it's biased. So I'm shooting straight with you. If I didn't know Aaron, didn't like Aaron, didn't want Aaron to have any success, and I was only looking at this from a draft pick perspective, your position is 100% right. That's not where I live.
Okay.
So that's why I don't feel that way.
Yeah, he's family.
No, he's not family to me. No. No, that's not it. I like him. I want him to be successful. But in the long
Even
run,
if
if he's not,
Packers.
it's not going to hurt the Packers.
Oh, what do you mean it's not going to hurt the Packers? Hell yes, it's going to hurt the Packers. We just don't know how much. Right? It hurts the Packers. Yes.
Well, it doesn't help them if he has success.
Oh, no, it hurts them.
It doesn't hurt them.
You can argue how much, but it hurts them. To get a worse draft choice hurts the Packers. Would you love the first pick in the draft? Would you love the first pick in the draft next year?
So Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the
quarterback.
snaps, and the Jets are the worst team in the league. That's the scenario that you are looking for?
Of course, everybody should look for it. That's
I can understand your
point. In the world.
I understand your point on it, and it's fair.
It's
I'm only telling you.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you how I feel. But if I am just straight up all Packers, all I care about is how the Packers end up doing, which I want the Packers to be successful. But I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I want Aaron Rodgers to have a good year. I do.
Because
what? No, because I like Aaron Rodgers. That's why. Period.
Okay. More than you like the Packers.
I don't know. I can't.
Well, no, you're in the Hall of Fame. You like him more than you like the Packers.
I am more interested in the Green Bay Packers' development and how Jordan Love does than Aaron Rodgers. But as far as if I have to pick that Aaron Rodgers blanks the bed and they go 0-17, or if Aaron Rodgers has a nice run and gets his team to the playoff, yeah, I want Aaron Rodgers to have a good season with the New York Jets. I do.
Okay.
Homer,
Jason, how do you feel? How do you feel on that front?
Yeah, I'm not here to cheer for the Packers, so I'm not looking for him to blank the bed to improve the Packers draft
You said
pick.
that you like a great story. You wouldn't like the great story of the Packers having a shot. Aren't there going to be like two amazing quarterbacks that the Packers would get a chance at one of the top two?
Well, that means Jordan Love stinks. I don't want that. I'm not interested. I want Jordan Love to be good.
Jordan Love doesn't have.
What do you mean he doesn't have to stink? If he's
good,
they're not drafting a quarterback.
You have the opportunity to do what you want to do.
But if he's good, you're not going to.
You don't think the Packers getting the first or second pick in the NFL draft next year because of the trade to Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be a great story that Jason always asks about? There's no way you could have a better story.
I'll tell you the story that I think would be the greatest
you could have
story.
a better story.
Yeah, the greatest story.
Aaron Rodgers and the Packers playing the Super Bowl.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Jordan Love has a year of growth and improvement and looks like the real deal. Maybe not a Pro Football Hall of Famer, but a legit NFL starting quarterback. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets have a playoff year. They lose in the divisional round or the AFC Championship game. Rodgers loves it in New York. He's playing another year. Jordan Love gets the fifth-year option and plays well this season. And they both end up being playoff teams in 2024, and they're on a collision course for a meeting in the Super Bowl. That's the storyline I'm rooting for. You want to know what storyline I'm rooting for? That's the one. I want to go cover a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers versus Jordan Love. I didn't get my NFC Championship game of Aaron Rodgers versus Mike McCarthy, which I wanted desperately. I'll settle for this. This is even better than Rodgers versus McCarthy.
Yeah, and Homer, to your point, I get the fact, the idea that the Packers get the number one pick next year and Jordan Love has a good year, you would have to think that they'd trade and get a haul, and that would be the best-case scenario for the Green Bay Packers. Because if the Green Bay Packers are sitting here next year, which I think some folks are saying, I want to say Charles Robinson was talking about how the Packers were really wanting to get a one from the Jets so that in case Jordan Love isn't any good, they have capital to jockey to get up to that one or two to get one of these guys that everybody's so high on next year. That is not the best case scenario for the Green Bay Packers.
Why not?
Because that means Jordan Love ain't any good. Best case scenario is Jordan Love is good and you build around him.
If the guy you get is a Hall of Fame quarterback, then fine.
Let me just say this.
Yes.
When it comes to Jordan Love and this Homer idea, one or the other is best than something in the middle. And we've talked about this a little bit, but there is the possibility here. If Jordan Love stinks, like really stinks, great.
Yeah.
Not great for Jordan, but great because you know he's not the guy. If Jordan Love is good to very good, great, because you know he's the guy. What happens, and what I would be nervous about as a Packers fan,
like a Daniel
is
Jones
Daniel
type season.
Jonesing. That is,
Yeah.
again, you're finishing my sandwiches and sentences. Yes, the Daniel Jones thing. The Giants just paid Daniel Jones. They can't be happy about that. They felt like they had to do it.
That would be the worst-case scenario from a Packer fan standpoint, is you're middling around. You're in the middle of the pack next year. The Jets roll and go to the playoffs, and you get a really low first-round pick. You can't jockey to get up to that top spot, and you don't know what you have with Jordan Love yet. That's when you're put in football purgatory. That's the spot you don't want to be. And in all honesty, that's probably the position that I think most Packer fans think is going to happen, is that Jordan Love is going to lead this team to a middle-of-the-road season, and hopefully he's showing the signs that Aaron Rodgers showed you, that you know he's your guy. But if he's not, then you're in a position where things go sideways quick.
Homer, you want to join our club?
What exactly is the club? Like,
the
what
worst
people
case
think,
scenario is that Jordan Love is good enough that you still have to have him be your quarterback going forward, but you don't feel like he's the guy.
Yeah. Unless the Jets do really poorly, then you have a nice option, like I suggested. I would agree with that. That's the worst.
Great to have you in our club.
I have to decide whether or not I think he's going to be in the Packer Hall of Fame. That's my standard for Jordan Love. Do I think he's going to be in the Packer Hall of Fame?
It's too early to tell.
In that direction. No, I mean, Mikowski made the Hall of Fame. You don't have to be that. Well, I'm not. No, I won't say that.
I know
it doesn't require. It doesn't require you to be a Pro Bowl every year. But I mean, Don Mikowski was.
That is pretty funny.
You're a total jerk.
I don't
run him. How do I run him out?
Yeah, you could. Go ahead. You can hang up on me. Yes, that would be legit.
You don't have to be a Pro Bowler to be a Packers Hall of Famer.
I would with you. Or go ahead. Tausch, hang up on him. Say it, Tausch.
Now, I want to hear your Jordan Love take on this, because it's
what
is Homer. Do you believe?
I do want to add that I believe totally with you on the Bucs. If I was a real gambler, I would bet the largest bet of my life that the Packers or the Bucs win by more than 11. And I agree with you totally.
I feel good about that tonight.
The Heat will fade because there's no reason. They've got a few players short because of injuries. They'll rest to some degree because the game, the history of the Bucs.
Game 6 is everything.
Series is all about Game 6. So
I agree. Bucs and 6.
So back to hanging up on me. Come on, Tausch.
Do it. We got to cut him off anyway. From a time
Run
perspective,
him. Get him out of here. We're good.
Get out of here,
you rascal. He's done.
I'm not. That's like a baseball manager asking to be ejected, or Norman Dale and Hoosiers. Throw me out of the game.
I don't think he wanted to jump on with us today. I do wonder though. Packer fans are going to root for Aaron Rodgers to stink and go 0-17.
They are.
Homer's right on that.
He's right. Yeah.
He's completely right on that. I can't get there.
A lot of them.
As much
Most
as a Packer fan as I am, I can't get there.
Well, we appreciate Homer making time for us and asking to be ejected from the game. Want to remind you that today only you can shop Steinhaffel's Employee Family Price VIP event. And as a VIP, you can show up at the store dressed however you want. You want to wear running pants and a nice Oregon hoodie? Go right ahead. Don't have to get dressed up for this VIP event.
Open-toed sandals.
I was wearing a nice pair of Nike running shoes. Thank you very much. You pay what their families pay, and you get a Breville espresso machine with a qualifying purchase. How about that? That's pretty sweet, huh? So be sure to shop Steinhaffel's Employee Family Price VIP event today only, in-store and online at steinhaffels.com. We'll wrap things up next and see how Aaron Rodgers' jersey sales for the Jets have gone among Packers fans to close out the show. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, telling you that now is the time to call Mosquito Joe of Madison. If you're like me, you're looking forward to grilling and hanging out in the backyard this summer. Don't let Mosquito stop you. My family and I, we are so happy to have Mosquito Joe on our team. So thankful they were able to help us out last year, and we know trusting Mosquito Joe means we get to do less swatting and much more relaxing this summer. And Mosquito Joe now offers perimeter pest control to keep the ants, the stink bugs, the spiders, and other crawlers out of your house. Go to madison.mosquitojoe.com to request a quote today. That's madison.mosquitojoe.com. Outside is fun again when you go with Mosquito Joe.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com. It is NFL Draft Week, and ESPN NFL draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. joined Wilde and Tausch to break down some of the Wisconsin prospects in this year's draft, including nose tackle Keanu Benton.
Keanu Benton, I haven't been as high on as some are. Lewis Riddick loves Keanu Benton. He thought he could be really good. I didn't see the dominance on a consistent basis with Keanu Benton. He's got a lot of talent. I think he goes second or third round. I would go more third round, but some are projecting second.
Find the full conversation with Mel Kiper Jr. on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by April 30th and get 0% APR for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com/radio.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world. To your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
A wide array of opportunities abound at Waste Management.
We're great environmental stewards. My position at Waste Management is making sure that we don't take anything we can't take, so make sure we're not accepting anything hazardous and we're protecting the environment while doing what we need to do to take waste. I really like how Waste Management, even though it's a large corporation, they really put their people first. It's like a small family. I love coming to work every day. A lot of people can't say that.
Join the Waste Management family. Just search online, Waste Management Careers.
This Cinco de Mayo at Pasquale's Cantina.
Wait, list the specials.
I was getting there.
You're slow.
We just started.
Maybe you did, but I've been planning this since last Cinco de Mayo. This is one of Pasquale's biggest days.
Not my first rodeo.
We're doing $5 El Jimador margaritas, $5 Herradura shots, $5 Modelo tall taps, and $5 chips and guacamole.
I sense a theme. Pasquale's Cantina, bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest.
Come celebrate with us in Middleton and Verona.
Hi, I'm Madison money guy Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Hi, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. Catch me each week with Rutledge and Hamilton right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Come over here and sit next to me. See where things go naturally. Just say the word and I'll part the sea. Just come over here and sit next to me.
The poll has reached 1,345 votes at this juncture.
Did you hit it with a little Wilde special sauce or not?
I don't know what that means.
He's the one who posted it in the first place.
Yeah, but I don't think he put it on his website. I think he put it on the Wilde Tausch website.
No, I put it on mine. The question is this.
I like referring to it as a website.
Maybe Twitter is going away. Maybe I'm missing something. Go ahead, Jason.
Your guy Elon. I don't have a blue check mark anymore. Maybe that's why people aren't voting as much.
Why don't we have WildeandTausch.com?
That's a good question.
I know a guy who could get to work on that. He is a content manager. Today's Wilde
Jason, it's not on here. Hey, it's not on your Twitter account, just so you know.
It is. It is.
Okay, well, I'm looking right here.
I'm looking at it too. So I don't know why.
Go ahead. Don't fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight today.
But if it's not there on your Twitter, did you unfollow me? Because that would hurt my feelings.
I'm following you.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Today's Wilde Tausch Twitter poll. Lots of Packers fans, including our own Jesse Nelson, bought Brett Favre number 4 New York Jets jerseys in 2008. Now, 15 years later, will you buy an Aaron Rodgers number 8 Jets jersey? 92% no. 8% yes. 8 out of 100 people. 8 out of 100 people will buy a Jets jersey with Aaron Rodgers number 8 on it. That's not very many.
I can lie. That seems high.
Seems high. Does seem high.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been closer to Canyon, but it's a rare thing to find a Canyon thing in this world today, and we didn't find it today.
Is this? Have we had any polls that came closer than this? Not very often that we're in the 90s. Very rare.
Rare. Now, when we do a poll, we're always looking. If it's a really good poll, it should be around that 50-50, right?
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
how we view a good poll? Okay.
Absolutely.
Did we do one time on who do you like more, Giannis or Aaron Rodgers? Like when the Bucks were winning a championship a couple
Yeah, that
years
was
ago?
96, but it wasn't 98.
I think that was the closest we got, was 96.
Yeah. Well, if they lose tonight and we do that poll, it will not be 96-4.
Giannis is set, man. I'm a firm believer. I think we all want to see another championship, and the Bucks. I think we felt like this was the year, but Giannis is bulletproof as far as moving forward. His legacy is set. He doesn't even. We should win another one with him, but if he doesn't, I don't think anybody's going to have the same disappointment that people have with the 30 years of quarterbacking that the Green Bay Packers have.
What if he forced a trade to the New York Knicks?
We'd be fine.
It wouldn't change?
We'd be sad, but the amount of gratitude and love that this state has for Giannis, and exactly deservedly so, he is bulletproof. He could do almost anything. Not everything, but he is at that point where if he asked for a trade, Bucks fans would have to sit and say, thank you for your service, and mean it.
Well, we will see if he does everything he needs to do tonight, along with his teammates,
Come
to
on, Brolo!
extend
Brolo,
the
15-5. Let's go more. Come on, old boy.
Are you rooting for the Bucks, or are you rooting for your prize picks?
Bucks are.
You can do both.
Bucks are winning tonight, and I'm rooting for my prize picks. Jimmy B, he ain't getting to 30 tonight.
8:30 tip-off on 100.5 ESPN Madison and 620 WTMJ. We'll do it again tomorrow.
And NBA TV.
Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch? Presented by Pella Windows and